ParkerandSons.com.
This is the Parker and Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Wednesday, look for another hot day out there. This will be our 20th consecutive day at or above 110 degrees, topping out at 116 today with mostly clear skies. We'll see those temperatures dipping down into those low 90s for tonight. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you earn. That's right. Everything you earn doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, those see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, the Arizona Diamondbacks have just hit another home run and scored 3 more runs. Wow, what a game last night. Hi, it is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, along with Jax, and also Zandra back at the iHeart Studios. We are broadcasting live today, always better than the alternative, here at Venezia's. Off of Greenway and Tatum is where you can find us in North Phoenix. Always good when we get a chance to hang out at Venezia's. And Manuch, we were given a hot, I don't know, what would I call it? It was hot.
The technical term is called an Italian beef arancini.
Okay.
Arancini.
Okay.
It's brand new on the menu.
It is.
4 rice balls.
Okay.
Filled with Italian beef.
Yeah.
Hot giardiniera.
It was hot.
Cheese and gravy.
Okay.
So when you come on in, it's the Italian beef arancini.
Yeah.
Arancini. And just make sure I get that.
Okay.
Arancini. So come on and order that. Also, today is Wednesday, which means it's the party pizza item. So save $5. It's only $28.49. It's a party pizza. It's a 24-inch bad boy.
Sure.
And come on in for that. If you want to add in any additional toppings, it's just $3.50. So little going on here. We are just north of the northwest corner, as you mentioned, of Tatum and Greenway. So come on out. We're here all day long till 4 o'clock. And take into the new Italian beef arancini.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, arancini.
Come on, you're the Italian
I've never seen that one before. So this must be a Dom was finally the fine owner of all of Venezia's pizzerias. Was finally here, finally whipping it up in the back area there. So this must be Grandma Dominic's favorite special or one of those kind of things.
I can tell you this: I liked it when I tasted it, but it was pretty spicy.
That's all right.
It's spicy.
You need a little spice. And also, by the way, they are the official pizza sponsor of ASU Athletics.
There you go. All right, listen, we are here at Venezia's. We're going to be here until 4 o'clock. And our top headlines today, always presented by the CAZ Sports Bar, your home for Major League Baseball, soccer action, UFC, boxing, fights, anything related to sports. All you have to do is just go to Casino, Arizona at the 101 and McKillips and walk into the CAZ Sports Bar. The sports book is there. They have betting kiosks as well, and you can always do your wagering right there at the window. They have people there at the wager window to take your bets. And while you're there, always great food and drink specials. And speaking of drinks, it is the new home of the Roc and Manuch Lager, brewed by Huss Brewing in Tempe. Once again, it's all located on the 101 at McKillips. That is Casino, Arizona. All right, so I made a little joke about the Diamondbacks scoring more runs, but they really put on a show last night. I was disappointed because they did miss 2 extra points.
Jimmy, I tell you what, talk about a game that was needed.
Yes.
I mean, you're right, 16-13 victory, and for this team to come out and pretty much, this game going back and forth, when you looked at it after it's all said and done, 6 home runs by both teams, 27 hits combined. And the one thing we've been talking about maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks during this skid is leaving those runners in scoring position. Last night, they were 7 for 12.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Over 50%.
That's good.
So clutch hitting, driving in runs, Christian Walker with 2 home runs. And Christian Walker, are you listening, Jimmy?
Yeah.
His 7th stolen base of the year on top of everything. So Christian Walker was feeling it. But I got to tell you what, we were talking about the bullpen, how suspect the bullpen is. But how about Ginkel coming in at that last inning and striking out the 3 All-Stars?
He shut the door.
He struck out this side.
Yeah.
Riley, Olsen, and Murphy.
Yep.
The law firm of ROM, R-O-M. I mean, those guys were hot. I mean, Riley had 3 hits. He had 7 RBIs. Olsen, not quite a good night. But Murphy, he was 1 for 4 with the 2 RBIs. But, I mean, I got to tell you what, Ginkel coming in and striking those 3 individuals out at the very end of the game. And it was just one of those nights where they were not going to lose, kind of a knockdown, drag-out kind of game. But I will say this, Zach Davies, I really am wondering what this Diamondback team is going to do with him.
Yes.
He only lasted 3 2/3, gave up 9 runs off of 8 hits.
Right.
Had 3 walks and the 1 strikeout. He is really struggling, Jimmy. And I know Mike Hazen, as the general manager of the Diamondbacks, has got to be looking at this going, wait a second. Kelly's injured. Zach Davies is really struggling. His ERA is up above 7.35 right now, 3.8. So he's got to go get some arms. I hate to tell you. Ginkel did a fine job.
No, that's the truth. Don't hate to tell me. It is the truth. They got to go get arms.
And they got to get another starter, I really feel.
Yes.
And then another arm and or 2. But they just can't continue to track this lead down. Atlanta, bottom of the first, they score 5. They double what the D-backs get. They get the 2, so 5-2. D-backs come back, but then it was balls flying out of the Atlanta ballpark left and right. Got to commend them though, for getting the big hits when they had to.
All right, here's the best play of the night, and I know the home runs and everything put runs on the board, but for me, the best play of the night, and I haven't seen this in a Major League Baseball game probably in 20 years, maybe 25. 3rd strike on Corbin Carroll. Ball gets away from the catcher. He takes off for first base. Bad throw down the first base. The ball flies all the way out down the line into the right field corner. Corbin Carroll kicks it into gear and ends up at 3rd base. So he strikes out and ends up at 3rd base.
Jimmy, that is affectionately known as a Little League triple.
It was.
That is a Little League triple.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
He threw that away, and then Carroll, as fast as he is.
Right.
But again, being heads-up baseball, being smart, getting the clutch hits, and to see this team, a much-needed big victory over, I feel, the best team in all of Major League Baseball. And, Marte, kicked it in. He was 3 for 6, had 3 RBIs.
Yep.
Carroll left off. Christian Walker with the 2 dingers with the 5 RBIs, really kind of the guy, the catalyst to go yard. And either to get the lead, to keep the lead, get the lead, keep the lead, stay within earshot of the lead. So a good victory by all, and pretty much getting after Elder, who came into here with like a 3.27 ERA.
Yeah, he had pitched.
They jumped all over him too.
They did. They were all over him like white on rice. Look, I love the game last night with everything that was going on, and the same 2 teams meet again tonight. In Atlanta, and first pitch around 4:20 our time here in the Valley of the Sun. One of the things that I want to get to is if you struggled finding the game last night. Manuch and I talked a lot about it because Diamond Sports is no more here in the Phoenix and Arizona area. They are toast as they asked to get out and were out of their contract with the Diamondbacks, and the bankruptcy judge obliged, so he ended that contract. So now all of the games are going to be handled by MLB, Major League Baseball. So, Manuch, I found it easily because I knew where to go, and I have DirecTV, so it was at 686-3. You have cable.
I got Cox.
And you found it without a
Channel
problem.
4, no problem.
No problem.
And down in Tucson, Channel 7. If you got Cox. And they had it on Spectrum and also the MLB.com. And for the Diamondbacks, Arizona Diamondbacks, streaming or website as well, too.
Right.
That you get free.
Yes.
Until Sunday. And I thought the Diamondbacks did a good job prior to the game by putting it out there where everybody could find their new homes at.
Absolutely.
So you had 3 or 4 of the guys doing a little promo, putting it out there and on their website and saying, hey, go here, go
2
here,
minutes.
go there.
Yeah.
Talk about scrambling. These guys were doing it at batting practice. They're over there.
I know.
You got Corbin Carroll. You got Longoria. But, I think everybody will figure it out. I think the next couple of days where to go find their Diamondbacks.
Right.
And hopefully these, win 2 out of 3. Win a series against the Atlanta Braves.
That would be terrific if indeed they can do that. All right, we're going to get more into the Diamondbacks and the Braves because coming up in our next segment, it is indeed the Chevy Sounds of the Night. We are broadcasting live here at Venezia's North Phoenix on Greenway and Tatum. That's where you can find us. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Jax, and Sandra back in studios. This is Fox 910.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino,
this
Arizona.
one's 2 minutes.
The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the Guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com. Or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
You hear it in other lawyer ads, and I'll repeat it in this one. All personal injury attorneys are not the same. Sure, we all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results after you've been hurt in a car wreck, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means... Wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
You're live.
With Jimmy B, we're hanging out here. Venezia's is where you can find us in North Phoenix. And it is a great lunch place, great dinner place as well. Before we get to our sounds of the night, I want to sneak this one in because we're going to do a lot of Cardinal conversation a little later on in the show. But this is something that we want to make sure that we get our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day out in front. And for a free quote, repair, or installation, just head to state48roofing.com and follow them on social media by searching #SexyRoofStatus. Here's the question. As an Arizona Cardinals fan, which Manuch is,
Not really.
What kind
Don't
of...
put words in my mouth. I am not a fan of the... I like the players, all that, but I am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, along with my Buffalo Bills. I got to give them some love, too.
Okay, fair enough. What kind of season are you hoping for, knowing you have 11 draft picks next year? 11 draft picks. And here are your options. 1, tank. Get the number 1 pick, which will be quarterback Caleb Williams out of USC. Or 2, competitive, show some fight. 3, push to be 500. Or 4, look for a winning record. You can just go to Roc and Manuch on Twitter and cast your vote. Once again, we will revisit our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day.
And folks, be honest with yourself, okay? I know that 11 picks is they can do a lot with that.
They can.
And if they tank or they whatever you want to call it, they don't have a good season. I can almost guarantee you that Caleb Williams will be that number 1 guy. But I think for a lot of fans, they want to see a competitive team. Mm-hmm. They want to see some fight, and they're gonna strive. This Cardinals team is going to strive to be the best they can be, whether that's 500 or being competitive or whatever. But the way they're set up and the way that they are right now, I don't believe in the whole tanking thing. You go man per man. They're looking at this not thinking tanking. But then again, you got to go, well, maybe that's not such a bad idea because you got 11 picks. But I think if you're a true fan, you want this team to be competitive.
Yep.
And hopefully you're going to be around 500, hopefully. And the realistic thing tells me if you get 3 to 4 wins, that's probably more realistic. So when you go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter, just think with your mind or your brain versus your heart and just understand what you have and what you don't have with that Cardinals team.
Spoken like a true Steelers and Buffalo Bills fan.
Skippy. That's right.
All right. Last night's baseball game was crazy, and I enjoyed every moment of it. So 16-13 was the final. Couple of extra points missed. However, we're going to run some of the highlights if you didn't get a chance to watch it or even listen to it. We'll start with Austin Riley with Atlanta. Bottom of the 4th inning. Thank you to Bally Sports for this home run.
A pitch. Hit to left. Back goes Gurriel. Gone. Braves back in front.
Now, there's a familiar theme here.
Hold on, Jimmy.
Yes.
A little Freudian slip there.
Yeah.
And no more Bally Sports as Cox. So,
that's right.
You got to make sure. I know
I have to say it's MLB now.
You go MLB, Cox, Spectrum. You could pick any of them, but
that's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll just say MLB, and then I've got all the bases covered.
Yeah. We're so used to
saying that
to Bally.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Jax. Out of the first time, Jimmy doesn't say Bally's. He says Bally the proper way, but he uses the wrong vernacular. But I'm just trying to say, good job, Jimmy, but wrong.
Screw you. Okay, fair enough. Next up, Christian Walker, his 2nd homer of the game, and it is a 3-run jack. Thank you to MLB.
AL, Carroll in the National League. Corbin still holding. Walker gets it in the air. Deep left center. Christian Walker has homered again. He is back, and so are the Diamondbacks. And remarkably, they've taken a 12-11 lead. What a night in Atlanta. 4 for 44 coming in. He has singled and homered twice. And the answer backs have answered back one more time.
Well-needed game for Christian Walker, because we bemoaned the fact yesterday how he has been struggling. Maybe the day off was good for him flying to Atlanta and just to kind of refocus himself. And he was swinging the bat good. He was his pitch selection was very good.
It was.
But, man, he crushed a couple, just went absolutely yard on both of those.
All right, so now everybody thinks, well, okay, Atlanta's going to be in control of this game. Not so fast. Austin Riley, his 2nd home run, once again, courtesy of MLB.
Austin straightens it out, hammers it to center field, and it's gone! What a night for Austin Riley! 2 homers, 7 RBI, and the Braves are back in front.
6 straight sliders, goes to the fastball finally. And Austin destroys his ball to center field.
He crushed
killed it. He killed it. It was crazy. I'm like screaming at the TV. I mean, you don't get these kind of games very often.
I think I broke out the abacus.
Yeah.
The slide rule. And after a while, you go, oh, my gosh. I mean, what's in the air or lacking there? Because typically Atlanta is a very hot, very muggy.
It is.
A hard ballpark to get the ball out of the yard. But, yeah, I mean, he's a big dude, too. He's 3 for 5, the 7 RBIs you heard. with those 2 home runs, and just to see the power that this Atlanta Braves team, but going toe-to-toe with this Atlanta Braves team, the Diamondbacks did.
So now we get to the top of the 9th inning. Thank you to MLB one more time, and this is Perdomo for the D-backs, and that gives the D-backs the lead. Here it is.
Second, we showed you on the strikeout wild pitch by Corbin Carroll. And now Perdomo sends it to right center, and that'll get to the wall. McCarthy scores. Thomas right behind. Geraldo Perdomo makes it 15-13.
Well, all I can say is, am I really watching what I think I'm watching? Is this live?
Well, they were, here's the one thing you look at. They were due, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
The bats were ice cold.
Yeah, they were.
Heated them up, and they just exploded. The thing that's interesting to watch Torey Lovullo as a manager is to manipulate the leaddoff batter.
Okay.
Perdomo last night.
Yeah.
You might get Marte in there. Carroll's been pretty much relatively at the 3rd slot. But, once you got that ingredient there, and this lineup the way that it was set last night, I got to believe Torrey's going to go, look, I'm leaving this bad boy alone. I'm like, Moreno's in there. Kelly's not there as a catcher. And he started the game in reference to having the 4 at-bats. But I think the one thing that a lot of folks were bemoaning the fact of Kelly catching, the downslide started to happen. Well, good to see Kelly, who started, come in there and win as the catcher of record in last night's game.
It was nuts, and it was a terrific win for the D-backs. And once again, same 2 teams again tonight. First pitch around 4:20 our time. All right, so now we will move to football. And this is something that I guess, Manuch, when you lose your job, you just become a commentator. Well, I haven't lost my job. I've been commentating my entire life, just like Manuch has after he left football.
The one thing that you never want to do, though, is burn any proverbial bridges.
There you go.
And these comments by Steve Keim and Jackson and I were talking about this morning. And I will say this, I'll let you set it up here, Jackson. So I'm watching these comments on the news last night. So I'm watching the 12 o'clock news, 10 o'clock news.
Yep.
Channel 12. And Steve Keim's on talking about the Cardinals and talking about Kyler Murray and blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, wait a second. Did he just not disparage, but just kind of hammer Murray in his own way? So I rolled it back.
Okay.
And played it. Jackson, I'll let you set it up from here.
Well, you basically set it up. So you basically
but I mean,
set up the gist of it. But, yeah, I mean, the thing that makes me mad, and we'll play it here shortly, is, I mean, this is a guy that was here for 10 years and made the NFC Championship once, won the NFC West once.
Yes.
Made the playoffs 3 times. But most of his signings weren't for the future. They were for the present.
Sure.
And most of those signings were guys that were either washed. Like, remember John Abraham?
Yep.
Remember
Sure.
A.J. Greens of the world?
Yes.
And he didn't draft very well, too. So, and he claims that Kyler Murray doesn't take accountability for what he said in flight plan, basically saying that I want to be coachable, and what was in the past wasn't a winning way. And now I know, kind of taking shots at Keim and Cliff Kingsbury. So here's the clip from Steve Keim on The Hurt Show.
Do you think he can change? Are you concerned going forward for him?
Well, I think in terms of quarterback speak, Colin, what he said, you don't love it. Just because of the standpoint, when he added the word "but" in, generally behind a positive, the word "but" does not end in a positive light. So I certainly didn't want to hear that. And nor do fans want to hear a guy who's making $46.1 million a year blame anybody but himself. And I'm not saying that he's a guy that blames people. Yet at the same time, everybody, when you get that bag of cash, everybody expects you to take it on your shoulders. And that's what a franchise quarterback does. And this is a big year. I would have actually had Kyler in my top 5 for guys under pressure, because if they do have a tough year, he's coming off an injury. And also, Colin, you got to understand, he's coming off the injury. He's got to prove himself. And then what happens is what people forecast, which they have the number 1 pick.
3 minutes.
Just like you said.
Yeah.
Well, all I can tell you is it sounds to me like he's talking out of both sides of his mouth.
But here's the thing, guys. Well, tell me something we don't already know.
We already know everything he just said.
We could decipher exactly what Kyler Murray's been saying coming into his 5th year about all the things that that Steve Keim has just said. So he's already reiterating what we already know, and to come back and just say, well, he needs to do this and this. We're like, no S, Sherlock.
Yeah,
we
really.
understand that. We get that.
The biggest two takeaways I take from it is one, Steve Keim is the guy who gave him the money. Steve Keim's the guy that bought in and gave him the money. Two, how come every time Kyler is making progress, trying to, help, be coachable and be a leader,
there's
always someone that's a naysayer that's putting him down? I think the negative press on him, yes, some is needed, but I mean, he's making progress. Give him some positive outlook.
Here's what I with Steve Keim and some of his comments since he's been doing a lot of broadcasts here and there.
Bad broadcasting.
But here's the thing. He's like it's a shot at Michael. It's a shot at Michael in reference to, well, I'm going to get my pound of flesh.
Yeah.
Because maybe
you fired me.
He fired me. Yeah, I'm going to get my pound of flesh. I feel I was unceremoniously let go. Here's how I really feel about it. Now, I don't know what kind of conversation you had with Kyler Murray off the side in a way, but I think what he's saying there is very truthful. We all get it. We understand that. But where was that? Where was your accountability? And to your point, Jax, why were you? I'd say, well, it seemed like you were for Steve Keim to pay him when he didn't deserve the money and he hadn't really proved anything at that point in time. So isn't that on you for him getting the bag?
He never took accountability for his DUI.
Yeah,
never took accountability for his alcohol issue. That's why he left. Yeah. Take accountability before you count other people out.
I just think that sometimes, just, hey, I would, if in my situation, we wanted this, we want more and more out of Kyler. This is what we expect out of him. He's gotten paid. We all understand what you just said, Steve, but I wish that would have been handled when you were still with this Arizona Cardinal franchise where this kid can move ahead. And for all Cardinal fans or all football fans, I think now it's okay. The ball literally is in Kyler Murray's court. We know that. It's up to him to get his act together, maturely, physically, emotionally, whatever, and go play that you're worth some $40-some million and take it from there.
Well, the problem for that is this is going to be a year where A, he's coming off the injury, B, won't be available for
a while,
maybe 4 games, maybe 6 games, possibly. And so it's going to be one of those things that when he does indeed get into the lineup, how's everybody else going to respond? Because they were used to playing with Colt McCoy.
Yeah, and I really – well, the other thing that you hear, I heard it in his voice that I'm saying it, this is one of those – I hate to say it, and you just said it, Jimmy, as well. He's injured, but when he's healthy, what can he do? Is this a do-or-die, make-or-break year for one Kyler Murray? So if he comes back their 5th or 6th game, I think a lot of fans, and I think this organization – with Monty Osenfort now as the general manager, have got to see progress, final progress.
I agree with that.
And Kyler Murray moving forward, and if they do have a horrible season, then I think it's a no-brainer. If they get the first pick, you would have to take a Caleb Williams.
All right, now, but you say horrible season, are you referencing that he just stinks or that the team is dreadful and that's why they had a horrible season? Because there's 2 different issues that we're talking about.
I think you got to evaluate what he did either to help or contribute to whether that team is a bad team or not. Was he making the progress of making the reads, being in the pocket, doing all those kind of things you should be making as a 5th-year quarterback?
All right, that is indeed our Sounds of the Night, and they are always presented to you by our Valley Chevy dealers. Right now is a great time to buy a new car or a used one. Summer Drive is on right now at your Valley Chevy dealers. New trucks, crossovers, SUVs, cars, or certified pre-owned vehicles, all are available. It is hot in the Valley, and so are the deals at your Valley Chevy dealers. Just go to Valley Chevy dealers today. All right, well, Suns got a few new faces. Yeah, maybe lots of new faces. We're going to dive into a lot of that next segment because Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton is going to be our guest if he's not on the pickleball court. Hope he's playing indoors. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Behold.
You're clear.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910.
We've got 2.5.
Back to recall pitcher Joe Mantiply from AAA Reno and put pitcher Zach Davies on the 15-day injured list with lower back inflammation. Their series with the Braves continues today. Cardinals training camp begins in less than a week. Everybody comes in on the 25th. The first open practice set for the 27th. The Mercury came out of the All-Star break on the right foot with a win against the Connecticut Sun. In addition to Diamond Sports cutting its broadcast ties with the Diamondbacks, DSG's contracts with the Suns and Mercury have also been concluded. The Coyotes do remain under contract. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
You looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale. For quality referrals, your guy or my guy?
My guy.
Spend hours searching online or visit myguy.com.
My guy.
Risk making a bad choice or use My Guy with only 5-star companies.
My guy.
Expensive national brands or local family-run ones at My Guy.
My guy.
The choice is clear. My Guy Referrals for home repairs to remodeling to hundreds of other services. Visit myguy.com for all of life's needs. Make
My Guy
your guy.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you. That's it. Insurance companies are publicly traded companies who have an obligation to their shareholders to deliver profits. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them, and they want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. Hurt in a wreck? Don't be a victim of the insurance companies. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Part of the Phoenix Suns NBA Finals team, NBA and Suns color analyst Tim Kempton now joins the Roc and Manuch show on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
You're live.
Hey, everybody, we're back. We're operating today out of Venezia's Pizzeria. That's right, hanging out in North Phoenix. You can find us Greenway and Tatum is where we are broadcasting right now. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. And we welcome in Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton. And, man, we got a lot to discuss because the Suns just kind of sat on their hands. They didn't make any deals. They didn't pay anybody.
Nothing to see
Nothing
here.
to see here, not at all. Tim, how are you, pal?
I'm doing well. How are you guys? You staying cool up there in Venezia? They got the pizza oven on low?
No, they're cooking away. They got a great crowd in here, but their air conditioning is working perfectly.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. So let me
There you go.
let me fire this one at you. You as the longtime broadcaster, are you going to need a program to tell the players from the players?
I've already started my homework, and as Manuch will tell you, color guys usually just walk in, they talk about, no, I've already started my homework on all these guys. Some I know a little, some I don't have a clue about. So they're definitely making my summer interesting with all these moves. And Matt Ishbia is not sitting on his hands. He's definitely come in and shook the organization up. And I think for everything that we've seen, it's for the better. and the fans have to be excited for what Matt Ishbia and the front office have done.
And Tim, truth be told, the Hayes in the Barn and my color analyst were on Wednesday for Friday night games. Just so you know, I'm just kind of I'm helping Jimmy when he pops in. Okay, did you get this, and this? I drive him absolutely nuts. But all that being said, one of the things I wanted to get into a little bit, how much will the roles change, if any, with the starting five, or what might be different with the roles with this group of starting five, or maybe even some of the backups?
Yeah, well, obviously with the starting five, it's going to be, things will shift a little bit. I mean, you got three dominant scorers. Any one of those guys, let's face it, any one of those guys on a team by themselves can average 30 points a game. Kevin may have slowed down a little bit, but still extremely high-level scoring. So those guys have got to figure a way to play off of each other. They don't have to do the heavy lifting anymore. It's like, hey, I see a double team coming, get rid of the ball, and you have the utmost confidence that Bradley Beal is going to make a shot, that Kevin Durant, that DeAndre Ayton with a 6'7" forward on him now is going to make a shot. So their roles will adjust a little bit, but they're high IQ guys. So I don't think there'll be any problem there. I think it's going to be more. The coaching staff will have to come in and identify roles for those bench guys in regard to what they need from them, how they want to play, and what they're going to do with all these new pieces in regard to how deep are we going to go? How many minutes are you going to get? Are you going to be our sixth or eighth guy? So it's usually all those extra guys that aren't. Listen, we know what Devin Booker, what Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton can do. Let's figure out how we can use these other guys to the best of their ability in making this team a winning team.
And, Tim, I think back at you guys, and you made the run in 92, 93, and going to the finals against Chicago, and you guys get into training camp. I think, were the camps up at Prescott in those days, or Flagstaff, or?
They were up in Flagstaff. They used to put 2 floors in the dome up there, and we'd stay 2 weeks in Flag at Grand America up there.
Yeah, and I just wondered, how you guys seem to come out of the chute, on all cylinders. Was that true, at least from us as a fan watching you guys do as well as you did? But does that take some time to develop that continuity? And with this group of guys, will it take, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a day, a month, 2 months? Do you feel, in reference to the way you guys got it all together?
Yeah, no, that's one of the biggest things. I think the difference between the NBA of yesteryear and today is that they use the first, let's say 15 games of the season to figure a lot of things out, where the coaching staffs back when I played on those teams, that's what training camp was for to come in there, to find out a lot about your team, whether it was competitiveness, being able to spend more time with those bench guys, exploring, matchups, putting different groups on the floor together. Where now coaches have to use the first couple of weeks of the season to do that, because training camps are so short, all in the name of player safety and player health.
Tim Kempton is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. All right, Tim, we know about a lot of the guys that have signed contracts, but I don't know if a lot of Phoenix Suns fans have seen Bol. And I saw him at the University of Oregon. Then I watched him when he went to Orlando and Denver, and now he is going to be a Phoenix Sun. To me, the guy is 7'2", string beanish, but he has a handle on the basketball. He can shoot the three. He can be a defensive wizard in the middle if he desires. Where are you, being a big man, on Bol?
Well, first of all, you said it from the beginning. He's not a big man. He just happens to be 7'2".
Yeah.
If you were to classify him, I'd probably classify him as a small forward role. As you mentioned, his handle and his shooting ability, he's not a guy that's going to go into the paint, with his back to his basket with a little jump hook.
3 minutes.
All these other skills. He's one of those guys that, even though his height is what it is, he's played the game facing up for the most part throughout his career. That's what his skill set is. So, the best thing about that, now he's in a situation where he can relax. He doesn't have to go out there and put up ridiculous numbers every night for the coaching staff to see improvement. Fit in with these guys. He doesn't have to go out there and score 12, 15 points a night, but fit in, do the things, learn from Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant. Kevin is similar to him in his size, his stature, and everything he does. So, watch him in practice. Work out against him in practice. Hey, Kevin, 5 minutes, one-on-one, you and me at the end of the day. And do all those developmental things, because he's at a little bit of a crossroads in his career. So this is going to be a great opportunity for him to make the most of the situation with the guys ahead of him, learning and seeing and developing as much as he can.
All right, but the last time you and I talked, and I referenced him, and I said he would be a very good signing for the Suns, you agreed. You're still in on that. Is that right?
Yeah, I think he's obviously interesting. He speaks interest because of all the things. He does have some very good basketball skills, and then you put it in a 7'2" guy. It's like, wow, what can he be? A lot of it is mental with him. What do I do with this skill set, and how do I develop it in order to become a better basketball player? So very intriguing. And as we said, he's not a guy that is a great signing because you're not sitting there saying, oh, we need 15 points and 8 rebounds from him off the bench every night. There's going to be certain situations where, he plays a lot. If he gains some confidence and starts, getting, into rhythm and he becomes a bench guy, great. But there may be some other stretches where he doesn't play. So, you're not depending on Bol. He's interesting. He's intriguing. How does he develop? How does he make the most of his opportunity in this season with the Suns?
It's always great, pal, when you take time for us on the show. We always appreciate you. You try to stay cool, okay?
You guys as well. Stay out of the sun. Don't internally combust.
Thank you, Timmy. We'll see you
Thanks,
later.
Tim.
That's Tim Kempton, everybody, and he is driven by All City Towing, and All City Towing continues to grow with new vehicles, and they are hiring. If you're looking for your new gig, why don't you give All City Towing a quick look on the web? Just go to their website, allcitytowing.com, and click on careers. That's allcitytowing.com and click on careers. They pay extremely well, and they have excellent benefits, including a 401k with a 50% match option. You can find it all on the website, allcitytowing.com, and then click on careers. Once again, if you're looking for a new job, think this might be right up your alley, well, then just go to the website, allcitytowing.com, and click on careers. Coming up next, a look back on this day. Roc and Manuch with Fox Sports 910.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Swans 3 minutes. The number one draft pick. I had a comment that went viral where I said if he is Kevin Durant or Hakeem Olajuwon, it'll be a disappointment. It was in the context of based on what these scouts are saying. Then yeah, he has to be like a GOAT.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 to 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Cream locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive going on now. New inventory is arriving daily. Don't miss your chance for some great deals this summer. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the best selection during the Chevy Summer Drive today.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. They're smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by
Get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas from participating stations like Circle K. Use promo code 2023 for an extra 50 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code 2023 for a 50 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code 2023.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back.
If you travel to the past, that past becomes the future, and your former present becomes the past.
A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, and also on the iHeartRadio app. And it is now time to take you back in time on this day.
Well, I got to tell you what, the minor leagues of the Buffalo Bisons back in the day will remember this day. Back in 1969, at the old War Memorial Stadium in Buffalo, a knife-wielding gang takes over the clubhouse during batting practice. The International League game is postponed due to, this is what they said, a threatening weather.
Yeah.
Well, there was a storm literally brewing in that clubhouse.
You got it.
I have never, Jimmy, heard of seeing, I don't know if you remember this or not.
I don't.
But a knife-wielding group of banditos in downtown Buffalo, and we all remember where you do and I do, where the old War Memorial was, the old rock pile.
That's correct.
As they used to call it. But could you imagine? Hey, guys, don't bother going in the locker room.
Yeah.
We got some thugs in here.
We're not taking a shower tonight.
Yeah, I hope you didn't leave your wallets in your pants or whatever else. Some of the shenanigans that go on in minor league baseball. 1973, the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays named the National All-Star team for the 24th time and ties Stan Musial.
Wow.
Now, I know Willie was up there, but I didn't realize Musial had gone 24 times.
Yeah, he was playing. But you have to remember, he played late into his later age as well.
About 45.
Yeah.
46 years
Something
old.
like that. Yep.
1976, I don't think folks give Dave Kingman enough credit of what could have been. He tears ligaments in his thumb, diving for a ball in a 4-2 loss against the Braves. Now, Dave Kingman, folks, could just crush it. He's about 6'6", 6'7".
He was big.
Big guy. He had already had 32 home runs for the season at this point. And he'll hit only 5 more after being sidelined for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
He might have made a run, Jimmy. If there was a guy during that mid-70s, late 70s, Dave Kingman was the guy that could have pitched, maybe
broken Roger Maris's record.
61, 62.
Yeah.
But you forget he was down for the count.
He was.
And never really quite got his stroke back. He struck out. He always struck out.
Yes.
But he's a guy that could hit some towering home runs. This I'll never forget.
Me either.
I know a lot of guys named one guy in particular I know very well, Dwayne Evans, who was with the Cheetahs, ran the Cheetah out of South Mountain High School, had won a bronze medal in the 1972 Olympics in Montreal. The U.S. Olympic team was floored that Jimmy Carter had held them back for the Summer Olympics that opened up in Moscow without the United States and 64 other boycotting countries.
Yeah, we weren't the only one.
Yeah, we weren't, but I will say this. To this day, we've had Dwayne on the show many, many times. I've known Dwayne for years and years out of South Mountain High School. All the sprinters at ASU, Maurice Peoples, one of the top 400-meter guys.
Remember him.
All of the outstanding track guys who were looking to go over to Moscow and just break records and win. And then Jimmy Carter basically pulled the plug in reference to the Russians invading Afghanistan.
Correct.
Who's now our enemy. My, how things flip over the time frame.
I can tell you this, it was heartbreaking for yours truly as well.
Were you going to go broadcast?
I was working for NBC at the time, and I was slated to go to that Olympic competition in Moscow, and I was so excited about it. I mean, I understood why we boycotted. 64 other nations did as well. I understood it, but I was still heartbroken.
Yeah, I felt for the athletics, where I was looking, hey, athletics should overcome the politics and what some of the things that are going on.
Not anymore.
And, this is back in 80.
I know.
My gosh. If one of the gaffes that Jimmy Carter had, that was definitely it. Back in 1990, your buddy, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Pete Rose.
Yep.
Baseball's all-time hits leader, is sentenced to 5 months in prison and an additional 3 months in a halfway house for cheating, of all things, on his taxes.
Well,
not only with the gambling.
No, I know.
I think that cheating for him
he has issues.
Was a drug.
Yeah.
It was a drug. He was addicted to cheating.
All I can tell you from what my association is with Pete, and I used to work his radio show with him in Las Vegas. We did it from the sports book at the MGM Grand. I became friends with Pete. I don't defend him on any of these issues, but I will defend him as at least a friend of mine during that time that I did work with him. But pretty much everything that has happened to him, he has brought it on himself.
Sure. And rightfully so. You're going to have to pay the
you got to pay the piper.
If you do the crime, you got to pay the time. That's for sure. This one, matter of fact, I alluded to this maybe 3 weeks ago. We were talking about the Seattle Kingdom in reference to playing the Olympia Challenge Bowl there.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Big 8 All-Stars versus the Pac-10 All-Stars. You looked up, you see nothing but cement, and you go, wow.
That's it.
If anything ever falls, you'll be in trouble. Well, guess what?
Yeah,
1994. 2 hours before the Mariners are scheduled to play the Orioles in the Kingdom, 4 15-pound wood fiber tiles fall from the ceiling of the stadium, landing, thank God, in the empty seats. Now, the game is postponed indefinitely as the inspection finds that many water-damaged tiles will have to be replaced before baseball can be played there again in that particular season. So you're in mid-July, 1994. If they had home games there, Jimmy, I haven't looked at the schedule. Where would they have gone and played over? Was there a minor league ballpark around?
They tore it
down.
down.
To the visiting teams?
They would have to play on the road because at that time, 6 Seattle Stadium, which was their AAA minor league team for the Seattle Rainiers, had been torn down. So it was not available. Now, I believe they had a AAA stadium in Tacoma which is about 45 minutes south of Seattle, maybe an hour south of Seattle. And they might have been able to play there, but this was scary. And being in the Kingdome to call games, and I was like you, Manuch. I grew up in Seattle. The Dome wasn't there when I left to take off on my life journey. And when they built it, I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Eighth wonder of the world, right?
Well, no, that was the Astrodome in Houston. But
Ninth wonder,
whatever it was.
Whatever.
It was patterned after the Houston Astrodome, but it wasn't constructed the same as the Astrodome.
And even though it didn't fall anywhere, there were people in there watching batting practice.
Yeah.
This is 2 hours before the game.
Yeah.
And thank God that they fell where nobody's around. This is interesting. Back in 2015, the Mets stranded 25 base runners, but managed to defeat the Cardinals 3-1 in 18 innings. Ruben Tejada drives in the winning run with the sacrifice fly, and Eric Campbell follows with a successful squeeze bunt. And the Mets go 1 for 26 with runners in scoring position and still win the game. So we bemoan the fact about the Diamondbacks once in a while. Think about that. Stranding 25 runners and you still win a baseball game.
That's amazing.
That's truly incredible.
2 minutes.
All right, so there it is. Some of the things that took place on this day. Courtesy of my boy, Manuch. Who does that very well.
I just, again, the Seattle Kingdome, folks, very loud.
Yes, it was.
Very, very loud.
Yep.
But it's interesting. I mean, I'd never really looked up. I played in the Houston Astrodome, played in the Kingdome, played in the Superdome. I played in just about every dome except for Dallas, the new AT&T.
Right.
But it is kind of, you look up and you go, wow, that's all cement up there. And you don't look at the panels. These 5 panels that fell, they're off to the sides.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it was the weirdest thought. And we're practicing in there. We're practicing with each other. And I looked at one of them. I think it was Tom Sorley was the other quarterback. He and I were the Big 8 all-star quarterbacks. And I said, damn, Tom, you imagine if any of that cement fell? He goes, I'd be out of here in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be out of here quick. But just was kind of, but what a great stadium. It was loud.
Right.
It was raucous. And if you were just like the new stadium there, which is open, the loudness continued as it moved in right across the street.
You got that right. And, of course, the biggest play, Bo Jackson, 99 yards up the sideline and then into the tunnel and disappeared for the touchdown. And it was tremendous. All right, that is, of course, on this day. Hey, coming up, hour number 2. We're going to go to Lubbock, Texas. You're saying, well, why? It's a Dust Bowl. Well, let me just tell you, we're going to catch up with former Hamilton High School and now Texas Tech quarterback Tyler Shuck. He's going to be our guest, and we'll get you to the top stories as well. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
You're clear.
It's the Chevy Summer Drive. See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive. Summer's here and so are the Chevy offers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive and find your new car, truck, crossover, or SUV or certified pre-owned vehicle today. Summer is hot and so are the deals going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. Don't miss the savings happening now during the Chevy Summer Drive. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the selection today.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino Arizona.
It pays to listen. Open your free iHeartRadio app and listen to this station to be entered to win $5,000. Each day you come back to listen on the iHeartRadio app is another entry. The more you listen, the more chances you have to win. Download the free iHeartRadio app for access to winning like never before.
CEOs You Should Know gives you an opportunity to learn from the top business executives across Arizona. Hey, it's Rob Hunter. I'm excited to learn. So join in by searching CEOs You Should Know Phoenix on your free iHeartRadio app.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
In addition to Diamond Sports cutting its broadcast ties with the Diamondbacks, DSG's contracts with the Suns and Mercury have also been concluded. The Coyotes do remain under contract. The D-backs recalled Joe Mantiply from AAA Reno, and they put Zach Davies on the 15-day injured list with lower back inflammation. Their series with the Braves continues today. Cardinals training camp begins in less than a week with everyone reporting on the 25th. The first open practice is scheduled for the 27th. And coming out of the All-Star break on the right foot were the Mercury. They got a win against Connecticut last night. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now. FoxSports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Wednesday, look for another hot day out there. This will be our 20th consecutive day at or above 110 degrees, topping out at 116 today with mostly clear skies. We'll see those temperatures dipping down into those low 90s for tonight. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's is always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, save $50 when you buy the Tank 6-gallon pancake air compressor from Metabo HPT. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 7/6 through 7/26 while supplies last.
What's trending now with Roc and Manuch, powered by the CAZ Sports Bar inside Casino, Arizona.
You're live.
All right, everybody, welcome back as we continue to rock all the way till 4 o'clock. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, also on the iHeartRadio app. Manuch, we're here at Venezia's in North Phoenix.
Oh, man.
Make me hungry, big man.
Oh, does this smell good here?
Yeah.
It's like Grandma Manucci's old kitchen here. You got the lasagna. You got the baked ziti. You got the regular ziti. On Wednesday, especially at the Wednesday party pizza pie. You're going to save $5 on it. Get 24 inches, only $28.49.
Okay.
For an extra $3.50 per topping, you can load that bad boy up with whatever you want. Pineapple, extra this, extra that. They got the whole thing going on. By the way, they are the official pizza sponsor for all of the ASU athletics. But the one thing we definitely want you to try at any of the 5 Valley locations for Venezia's Pizzeria is the Italian beef arancini. Now, it's 4 rice bowls filled with Italian beef, hot giardiniera sauce.
Come on, let's go. Pronounce that correctly.
I haven't seen that one. That must be a northern Italian thing. Cheese and gravy. So the Italian beef arancini, which, by the way, Jack, since you're like the official taste tester of anything and everything here, wherever we go, what'd you think about it? How'd you like it?
Not spicy.
Not spicy.
Not at all.
Jimmy was having a hard time. He drank like 5 cups of
Jimmy's
water.
a wuss.
Yeah.
Not spicy. Very good. I'd rate it. Well, 10 out of 10 is insane.
Yeah.
I'd probably rate it maybe like an 8, 7.5 out of 10.
And the sauce was good with it?
Yeah, the orange sauce was great.
Now, I liked it. I thought it tasted good to me, but
No, Jimmy.
For my palate, it was a little spicy.
Yeah, I'm going to have to taste test it. I'll give you,
There you go.
the official, I'm the official Italian around here.
There you are.
By the way, just let you know, the Chandler store is now open along the Price Quarter there, and they are looking to hire folks.
Okay.
So if you can cook, if you can come on in, be a value, trusted, responsible, accountable employee, hell, they might hire you on the spot. All you got to do is just go to Venezias.com/employment. That's Venezias.com/employment. And also, you can join their catering club for large group or corporate catering food orders. All you got to do is just text catering to 411-247. That's 411-247 for discounts and specials sent monthly.
All right, so the Diamondbacks are back in action tonight against the Atlanta Braves in hot Atlanta. The baseball was flying out of the yard last night, one of the most wild and entertaining games that I've watched, I think, in several years. And to be honest with you, all they did was, I think they missed a couple extra points in that game. 16-13, Manuch.
Yeah, you think about that, and if I do the K-State math, 29 runs scored in that ball game, 27 hits, 6 home runs, few stolen bases, a lot of runners moving on. And how about this, folks? The Diamondbacks were 7 for 12 with runners in scoring position. They fall back, they tie it, they get the lead, they fall back. I mean, back and forth, back and forth. Didn't say much about the pitching last night, but every once in a while I like to see a knockdown, drag-out, slobber knocker on the baseball field.
And it was. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And I felt that Christian Walker, nice little breakout game with him. I think it was 4 for 41 or something like that. He was really
struggling. Yep.
Yeah, he was. They have the 5 RBIs, the 2 home runs, and basically see Marte, Carroll. I mean, look at the top 4 in the batting order. Really had a hell of a night. Now Gurriel had a 0 for 6. Ouch. That's the golden sombrero +2. That is not a. But
That's
you know
not
what?
good.
But the other guys, they pick him up.
They did.
And a much needed victory for this team after only going, losing 8 out of 10. You lost 4 in a row.
Right.
But I got to tell you what, Zach Davies continues to struggle. Only lasted 3 2/3.
What are they going to do with him?
I don't know. I mean, he's kind of a de facto starter right now
with Merrill Kelly.
Out, and you got Ryan throwing tonight, and where he goes, what they do, it's got to be a pause for concern for one Mike Hazen when you take a good hard look at this Diamondback team and where they're going to go. And it's less than 2 weeks. Basically, it's 13 days before that trade deadline, Jimmy, with this Diamondbacks team. And where you go and how you go has got to be pitching.
Ironically,
got to be pitching.
I agree. Ironically, last night, the teams that the D-backs are chasing, the Giants and the Dodgers, both won in wild games as well last night. So in Cincinnati, the Giants trailed and ended up winning the game 11-10.
Yeah, it's interesting that it seems like there's that certain time of the year where pitching is waning and all of a sudden the hitting catches up with the pitching.
Yeah, maybe.
And you just have those kind of games because I think Major League Baseball last night set all kinds of records for base hits, runs scored that you bring to the forefront here, Jimmy. Ryan Nelson tonight at 5-5 with a 4.98 ERA will take on Morton for Atlanta. He's 10-6 with a 3.20 ERA.
Yeah.
So again, if the bats can stay hot to help out with the lack of pitching, that's what the Diamondbacks are going to have to do.
And once again, we'll give you guys who are listening, if you struggled to find the game last night, we're going to give you the rundown one more time because it's a little different now that Diamond Sports went into their bankruptcy process and they are done in the state of Arizona, that being Bally Sports. Major League Baseball now has taken over the broadcast. If you are on DirecTV, you get it at 686-3. So 686-3. Manuch, you have cable. You got it last night as well.
We've got Cox. It's on Channel 4.
Okay.
And if you're down in Tucson, you got Cox. It's on Channel 7.
All right.
And you can also go to MLB.com and the
They have
Diamondbacks website as well, too. Now, those are free, folks, until Sunday. And then you're going to have to pay for it. Or just get, if you got Cox, or if you got Dish, or you got DirecTV, all the above, you got Spectrum. There's many, many ways in reference to doing that.
All right. We had Tim Kempton on last hour. And we didn't really get into DeAndre because we were so interested in all the guys that Matt Ishbia and James Jones have signed on to this team. And we joked about how you're going to need a program to recognize this team. Do you know that Ayton and Booker are the only guys that are really left from this team? I mean, they acquired Durant last year, but it is
that are left
from the finals
team. From the final team.
Yeah, from the finals team.
Yeah, not really. They are.
Yeah,
they only are the two.
Those are the only two guys.
Those are the only
from
two
the
guys.
finals team.
That includes, I want to say, aside from the general manager, coaches. They may have retained a couple coaches, but the only two players are DA and Book.
Yeah,
Kevin Young
championship team.
Still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, as
fortunately.
the assistant.
But that's amazing. That was just you look at that. You think of just a couple of short years ago.
I know.
It's like a revamping, a changing of the guard. But I think for the better. I think that this team has gotten better from where they were last year. That team that won 64 games was a damn good team.
It was.
It was unfortunate that CP3 broke down, that Book broke down.
Yep.
But you got to give credit. I think the Achilles heel that was exposed was how Jason Kidd outcoached Monty Williams in that Dallas series for Dallas to win 4 games in a row.
Yes.
And to move on into the finals of the Western Conference. That's where the exposure was, I felt.
Some breaking news surrounding the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
Matt Ishbia said a statement today that they are working towards launching a new G League team in 2024 and 2025 season. Quote, bringing a G League to the Valley has been a priority for us. I am excited that we have begun the process and the wheels are in motion as early as next season. Not only will this allow us to develop young players within our winning culture, but will also serve as an opportunity to expand our reach and connect to even more basketball fans across the region.
Yeah, does he say whereabouts he's interested in placing the team, or
not
is that
yet.
not in that state?
I'm assuming it's probably going to be where they was originally, up in Northern.
He had been talking about that. He hit that yesterday. Was when that all came out.
Well, it just broke now.
No, but I mean, he'd mentioned that on a couple of shows out there that were talking about his interest. He had mentioned that. He said he had the breaking news per se, but he had mentioned that is one of the things, one of their opportunities that they're going to get after. Before they had to send guys to another organization,
right? Which is what they would have to do this season.
But now that he's made it officially official for us and Joe Q Public,
2 minutes.
He mentioned that he beat that up pretty hard yesterday in reference to this is what I'd like to do. Now that it's official, it's out there. I think it's a good thing.
I do too. They used to be in Prescott.
Yeah, they did, and I think that's one of the things that they need guys that are second-round draft choices, free agents, whatever, to fill a team. And maybe once in a while, I think a couple years ago, didn't Monty send a couple guys down periodically?
That is correct. To get them on the floor.
To get them on the floor to get some reps and work that whole type of thing. So good. It's good to hear that he is officially dialed in. Now, where that team's going to be, I got to imagine. I think it'd be pretty close. Why not Tucson? Get some.
To me, that would be a perfect idea. Or if they wanted to return to Prescott, they do have about a 6,000 seat arena there.
That facility.
But if it didn't work in Prescott, and that's why they disbanded their G League team there, then he might look at another venue.
And I think the Wranglers, the Northern Arizona Wranglers in the IFL, I think that's where they play. I think it's the Toyota facility that's up there.
Yeah.
That they can convert that into a basketball floor.
Yeah, it's a regular arena.
Yeah, regular arena. Well, good for that. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. I think it's well needed.
Yep.
I think any NBA team that wants to vie for a championship needs those players to be developed. Otherwise, you send them here, you send them there. You're not running your offense. You're not running your philosophies per se.
That is correct.
And they need those philosophy for a G League team.
And they were the last team right now without a G League team. So that's very important. All right, a quick timeout. As we continue to broadcast here at Venezia's in North Phoenix, Tatum and Greenway is where you can find us, and we'll be here until 4 o'clock. When we come back, man, oh man, did the Pac-12 throw a smoke screen at everybody in the media yesterday. We'll explain what happened. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Gross, join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber.
Okay, you still want the top stories open as you rejoin?
Features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top.
Okay, I was just confused because it said headline open in the first one, and then it said top stories in the second segment. So
BanditoYankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Just off the
I was just confused because it had two different names in the sheet. So I
1963. Let us help you find the hottest gear from bags, balls, shoes, and apparel. All in stock at the best prices. Come in and test drive the latest arrivals from Titleist, TaylorMade, Callaway, Ping, and more. While you're there, get custom fit by one of our golf experts. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at vansgolfshops.com.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
"Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis."
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This week at Macy's, get set for back to school with great savings on everything they need for the new year. Like head-to-toe active gear from top brands, graphic tees to wear with anything, and 40% off new backpacks and accessories from Kipling and more. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn rewards on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. Learn more at Macys.com/Star Rewards. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
You're live.
Hey, everybody, we're back. Can't keep us out. Weather, not a factor. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Jax is here as well. Zandra back in studio. We're working, even if it's 193 degrees.
Well, it's kind of nice to be inside of Venezia's Pizzeria.
I'm not going to lie. It is nice.
With all the smells and taste testing we've got going on out here.
That's good.
Knowing we're going to get a big old slice of pizza by the time the show's over.
All right, let's do a little Suns conversation here because we start with DeAndre Ayton. And this is a pivotal year for DeAndre Ayton. Brand new coach, a coach that knows how to coach big men. He won an NBA championship with the Los Angeles Lakers. We're speaking, of course, of Frank Vogel. And he is in DeAndre Ayton's corner. Well, the Suns center, he opened up a little bit about last season and says he's going to change the narrative. Here's DeAndre right here.
I can feel the whole world hating me in a way where I think I'm the guy a lot of people point at. And I see it and feel it, but mainly what I've been working on 5 to 6 days a week since we've lost is just motivating myself to change the narrative of what people think about it. Because no matter how you put it, I feel like I have no fans out here, and I can feel it because the whole world's saying it. And my goal this whole summer is to change the narrative. Just unlock whatever it is and just completely just focus on me and change the whole thing.
Good.
I'm good with that. Yeah.
Do it.
I'm down.
If you're feeling that folks are understand, look at you go that you're underachieving, you're making a ton of dough, that you pout, that you do this, that you do that. Hell, this will be your 5th year.
Yes.
You're 25, 26 years
Maybe.
old. Let's grow up.
Yeah.
You know what? Take that and motivate you. But you know what? If that's me, you know what? I'm going to bust my rear end no matter what and not put out there, the woe is me thing. I mean, he should be a guy. Yeah, you want to change that narrative? Change the narrative.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
I'm in too.
I'm bought. Hey, DeAndre, take whatever you need to motivate your butt to get going and go be the kind of player we all expect you to see, not once or twice every 2 weeks. I want to see it every game.
Every game.
Every game. I want to see you bust your butt, that you're doing the best you can to help that team out, to do everything you can. And you know what? Don't worry about the fans.
No.
There's an old saying. I'll never forget this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll never forget. One of the old Chuck Knox sayings when I was in Buffalo, one of the greatest coaches in reference to getting teams to playoffs. He said, look, guys, you're never as good and you're never as bad as they say you are. But he said, what your job is to put prepare the best each and every week, be the best you can possibly be. If you make mistakes, correct the mistakes, be dialed in, pay attention, and work your ass off. Because you know what? You always finish with this. There's guys down the street at Bethlehem still. They're making $5 an hour.
That's it.
They give a arm to come and be a professional football player. He goes, you guys are making whatever a year. He said, your responsibility to that guy at Bethlehem Steel or those fans is give them everything you got, every game you play. So, hey, all right, DeAndre, if the point's there, take it. Take that. If the shoe fits, put that bad boy on and run with it.
One of the things, too, that, and I'll reference another Buffalo Bills coach in Marv Levy, who said, if you listen to the fans, next season you're going to be in the stands with them.
And you know what? That's Jimmy,
and that's a great great line.
Why is he consumed? If with the fans, what they think nobody likes me. Why do you even put that out there?
Yeah.
That's a kid that's like, you know what? Fans, good, bad, or different. I'm here to do my best. I'm going to be my best. New regime, blah, 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 blah. If you need that to motivate you, with the old sayings, you need to check yourself. Check yourself. So I hear that and I go, DA, okay, you know what? If that's what motivates you, but you shouldn't be paying attention. Your butt should be working hard no matter what.
He said he was.
Yeah, well, 6 days a week.
We'll find out.
5, 6. Where's the 7th day? What are you doing on the 7th day, DA?
Oh, come on.
That's what I want to know.
Come on, Manuch.
Oh, you mean you got to rest?
Oh, man. Let's quickly turn our attention to the Pac-12 conference. And one of the things I wanted to reference, San Diego State. We had Bryce Miller on from the San Diego Union newspaper a couple of weeks back talking about how San Diego State was going to leave the Mountain West and join the Pac-12. Well, that didn't work out. And even Bryce Miller said, no, they're going to be in the Mountain West. Well, it is official now that the Mountain West has welcomed back San Diego State. So you're not going to see the Aztecs in the Pac-12, which leads me to
well, go ahead.
Okay,
I think this is where you're leading up to why they may want to stay in that, or they are going to stay in the Mountain West.
They are going to stay in the Mountain West because yesterday, and Manuch and I talked about it when the story came out about how the Pac-12, they have their media gathering in Las Vegas on Friday. And they said, well, we're not going to discuss a new television contract. And the reason is because some people have come back to the bargaining table and we have to sit down with them and figure out a few things. And then we will indeed announce it because we believe our money is going to be on par with the ACC and the Big 12.
Okay. And with all that being said, they said we'll have an announcement in the near future. All right, Jimmy, go ahead and figure it out. So basically what Jimmy's saying is, not so fast, my friend.
Yes, thank you. It's a smokescreen. Reporting has come out from several reliable sources that says they still do not have anywhere close to a television deal worthwhile, and they are continuing to wait to see if ESPN will throw out a olive branch and accept them on a low-end television package. Well, those are the reports, and that's why they did not want to bring it up at the media day.
The olive branch would come from the Pac-12, not from ESPN.
Yeah.
ESPN is the one that's kind of the tail wagging the dog here. And basically, that combination you were talking about, Jimmy, was rumored to be without any substantiated evidence, but as you said, very reliable sources that are in the know. That Amazon and Apple were looking to be, I don't know if YouTube was involved, but they said those
Amazon and Apple were.
Amazon and Apple, along with ESPN.
Yes.
So maybe they could pool their monies together to go do cable network, regular TV, streaming. So the main thing has been, the rumor has been that streaming for the Pac-12 sports, specifically football, that an announcement would be mentioned here in the near future. We're going, okay, we could see that. Amazon, Apple, you go find this game or that game, whatever. Right. And now it sounds as if the reporting is that Amazon and Apple, Apple I know for sure, is somewhat interested, but there's nothing even close to a deal being done for the 24 season and then moving forward. So, yeah, it was very interesting to see all that coming and somebody quash that and say, well, the reason why the announcement will be in the near future, because there is no announcement.
We got nothing. Don't ask me because I got nothing for you.
And there lies, I think, a couple things with San Diego State.
Okay.
I think they would do great in the Pac-12.
I agree.
Couple things here, though. They don't want to pay the out fee that they'd have to pay the Mountain West. I don't know what that number is, some kind of ridiculous $100 million, whatever. But they're not moving on if there's no $50, $60 million per year coming in.
Correct.
To a Pac-12 Pac-12 team. Well, basically, you got USC, UCLA leaving, so they'd be an addition, and maybe there'd be one more, maybe a Fresno State.
I think it's SMU that they were looking at.
SMU, Fresno State, whomever.
Yep.
But they're not moving if the dollars and cents are all things being equal with their package with Mountain West and a package with the Pac-12. Why would they move on unless there was a Big 12 or Big 10 kind of TV package,
right?
Then at that point in time, they can go ahead and pay out the fee to the Mountain West, and then recapture that money over 2 or 3 years, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this that came out this morning you're alluding to was just a doggone second here.
Yeah,
folks.
hold up.
Yeah, we're interested, but there's nothing definite. And the way the stories came out yesterday is that that Friday, there's supposed to, wink, wink, air quotes, be some kind of an announcement or some kind of a
3-minute
official, I would say, formulation as to what's going to happen.
Yeah, and they got nothing. So once again, the schools are up in the air when it comes to that. Now, this is a story, and it's very problematic, and we have discussed it. We even had a Big Ten Conference insider on our show last week to discuss it, and that's what's going on at Northwestern. All right, the football coach is out. The baseball coach is out. Now, apparently, more investigations indicate that the hazing difficulties took place in several other sports as well, Manuch, and they are just now at Northwestern trying to find out if indeed the athletic director had knowledge of this and didn't do anything. The president of the university had knowledge of this and didn't do anything. This is really going to get nasty.
Well, not necessarily the president. They're saying a lot of
minutes.
folks were not familiar with that. The president wasn't involved in that whatsoever. He found out after the fact. The main cause for those that have come forward, in reference to Ben Crump, who's an attorney representing quite a bit of these athletes, in reference to the baseball program, softball program, football program, and one of those individuals, Warren Miles Long, a running back at Northwestern's football team, started way back in 2013, said players were put into a culture where sexual violence and hazing were rampant.
Yeah.
And you look at some of the other guys that are coming forward, and a lot of that is that they're like, well, look, we were within earshot of the coaches with a lot of this stuff going on, this sexual hazing that's going on. It's very disgusting. So a second lawsuit against Northwestern and its current and former leaders was filed yesterday, as you mentioned, Jimmy, on behalf of another anonymous player.
Right.
So there are more and more and more players that are starting to come forward. So again, that's with the AD there, Derek Gregg, and the president you mentioned, Michael Schill, and former university president Morton Shapiro, is that suit's going against, saying that whether they were or they weren't aware of it,
right,
is going to be coming at Northwestern. This is similar to what was going on at Michigan.
Yes.
And
at Penn State.
And at Penn State.
Yep.
So there's a lot of stuff. And the things are, was it just this one domino that had to fall before these other people came forward?
Maybe.
So if things are substantiated, if there's receipts, if there's photos, if there's conversation,
any kind of paper trail,
or there's a cooperative story with 3, 4, 5 athletes in whatever sport it is that can back that up in a lawsuit and convince a jury of what's happening here, then this is going to be some major ramifications against Northwestern.
All right, quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to a college football coach that Manuch has trained since the 8th grade. Now he is a stud QB at Texas Tech in beautiful Lubbock, Texas, where he was 5-0 as a starter last year. We'll tell you who he is when we come back. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
This one's
Diamondbacks
about
put pitcher
3
Zach
minutes.
Davies on the 15-day injured list with lower back inflammation.
Yeah.
And the recalled pitcher Joe Mantiply from AAA Reno. Their series with the Braves continues today. Diamond Sports Group's broadcast contracts with the Suns and Mercury have ended a day after they terminated their agreement with the D-backs. The Mercury came out of the All-Star break on the right foot. They beat the Connecticut Sun. Next on the schedule, a Thursday matchup with the Chicago Sky. Cardinals training camp begins in less than a week now. Everyone reports on the 25th, and the first open practice is scheduled for the 27th. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the Guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Are you living paycheck to paycheck only to find yourself going backwards financially each month? Nobody wants to file bankruptcy, but at many times, it's the best choice. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and that it will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. In most cases, filing bankruptcy can improve your credit. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, our bankruptcy lawyers only work on bankruptcy cases, and we can file your bankruptcy with $0 down.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive going on now. New inventory is arriving daily. Don't miss your chance for some great deals this summer. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the best selection during the Chevy Summer Drive today.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
A small commitment at least 1 day a week helps reduce ground-level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Reduce traffic congestion and ozone-causing emissions by teleworking. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
It's Jody Ayler for Plum Smart. If you need a new AC unit before summer really hits, dial pound 250 and use keyword Plum Smart. Not only does Plum Smart offer a lifetime warranty on their work, they've got great prices. Right now, you can get up to $3,000 in rebates and incentives on qualifying AC units. Plus, get a reverse osmosis system installed at no charge with every new AC unit, a $1,000 value. Pound 250, keyword Plum Smart, or it's just plumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Shot's going to keep it again. Shot dives into the end zone, and he's got the touchdown. Second score of the night for number 12 in red, and Joey McGuire loves it.
There, thank you, Texas Tech Radio Network, for that one. Tyler Shuck is indeed our guest. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Tyler, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. I'll ask the first question, okay? And here it is. Since Manuch has been training you since the 8th grade, I'd like to know, how in the wide world of sport did you become such a great quarterback with Manuch teaching you?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I've been asking myself that every day. I mean, I wouldn't be here without Manuch. He's instilled that work ethic in me, and he's been there since the early days when I couldn't figure out how to throw a baseball and a football differently. So definitely, he's been a great addition to my toolbox.
You know, it's been a privilege and honor to be training and see how far you've grown. I tell these guys, I just try not to screw you guys up for crying out loud. Just trying to get you down the deep path. But I tell you what, watching you over the years and you developing with your accuracy and your arm strength and what have you, what are some of the things now when you look at with guys like myself and other guys that have worked with you and just your experience that have pretty much brought you to the forefront with all the confidence and knowledge you have as a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I think it all comes with preparation. You know, I find like I get my confidence through my preparation in the film room and then in my chemistry with the guys on the field. So, you know, whether it's throwing routes in the summer right now, leading 7-on-7, and, you know, it comes with preparation and experience. You know, I've all dealt with, you know, like a lot of other players, dealt with confidence issues, dealt with certain things on the field, off the field. But if you kind of keep at it each day, you're going to find you're getting 1% better. And that's kind of what I kind of grow in and you know, put my money in the bank and is how can I get better each day.
And I think more than anything, and you being back there for this final year for you as far as leading the charge back there, what is different about this year's preparation versus last year's 8-5 record? You guys win the last 4 in a row. You beat Ole Miss in the Texas Bowl, the Tax Act Bowl. What's kind of that different vibe you guys have moving forward this summer?
I mean, I think we're just a tight-knit unit, and I think that's why we're going to really be special. Is our culture, it's probably one of the best I've ever seen or been a part of just the guys that really rally together and that want to stay after and do hard work and want to be working out together. And, you got to have the talent, which we do. We got multiple guys coming back, a bunch of guys transferring on the O-line and on defense. So we're kind of upgrading or getting better at each position, and we all really love each other. So that's kind of the biggest thing. There's no clicks, and it's been a blast for me because it's the first time I career I've had the same offense twice, and all the coaches they're on board as well. So we're definitely looking to go guns a-blazing.
Red Raiders QB Tyler Shuck is our guest here on the Right Toyota guest line, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. All right, I want to ask you this one. Do players pay any attention at all to how the Big 12 has grown, and with the new teams coming in and Oklahoma and Texas exiting after this season? Do players get caught up in that, or is that just for fans and media?
I'd say it's more fans and media. We're really excited to play new teams just because it brings new challenges and new environments. But, our goal is still the same. That's to win a Big 12. And, whoever that stands in our way, they're just going to be another opponent for us. But I think it just definitely brings some excitement, and you're playing some new faces, or maybe you have some buddies on that team that But as far as teams leaving and, coming and going, it is what it is. That's stuff that's outside of our control. So we just really look forward to each game as it comes.
And Todd, it's interesting because you look back at last year and, you got injured for the first 4 or 5 games after that first game. But I got to ask you, it looked like there were some signature movements or growth in the program, and I alluded to one of them. But when y'all beat Texas 37-34 in overtime at home, did that set the tone for the regular season? And then beating OU the last game of the year in overtime to set you up for the victory over Ole Miss. Did that somewhat kind of set the tone for this program taking the next step?
I think most definitely. I mean, I think, it's obviously great, bulletin board material for those things. But for us, like I was just saying before, we don't really care who we're playing. And that's how you got to approach each game is that whether they're a big name logo or whoever it's going to be, you got to approach it the same way because they're going to give you everything you got. And I think if you go, you're scared to play a team or you're overlooking a team, you're going to be in the wrong either way. So you have to approach it the same way. And I think that's how we approach those games and approach every game last year. And that's why you're going to have a chance.
Hey, Tyler, it's Jackson here, the rookie. My question to you is, your situation is so unique because you had 6 years of college football. You alongside Sam Hartman are like the 2 super senior quarterbacks this season. How do you think that's benefited you as a quarterback compared to guys who we've seen kind of leave early for the draft and not pan out for them?
Yeah, I've been through so much adversity in my career and dealt with a lot of stuff mentally and just learned how to navigate, team relationships, success, being a starter, being a backup. I feel like I'm so equipped for, the NFL to run a franchise just because of all the turmoil I've been through, how to deal with success and all those things for a lot of guys who come in and, maybe have a really successful career on great teams and then you kind of get thrown into the fire in the NFL. And there's a lot, there's grown men around you. You don't know how to handle those relationships. And, I feel like I've really kind of put myself and earned a leadership spot on this team. And, I wouldn't want to any other way. You don't go into college thinking I want to be, in college for 5-6 years and be injured. But at this point in my career, it's like, man, this is like the best position I've ever been in. I have no regrets.
All right, so people that are listening to our show right now and they haven't heard of Texas Tech, but now that you're on the show, maybe they're going to sample a couple of their games on TV. Set everybody up. What are they going to see out of Texas Tech football when they watch you guys play?
I mean, you're going to see the toughest, hardest working, most competitive team out there. You're going to see a lot of explosive plays and just a tough group. We may not all be 5-stars, but we got guys from all over the country who are going to come in and hit you, and they're going to play hard. And, it's going to be really fun to watch, I think, just because how much talent we have and kind of what our brand is it's pretty special. So, Coach McGuire's got us really rolling, and, we're excited to go out there and play.
Are you going to air it out a lot, similar to what Texas Tech has done in the past? Okay.
We're gonna do everything we can to score points, and whether that's running the ball, 20, 30 times a game, myself running the ball or throwing it 50 times. So, that's what Coach Kitley, he's so special about. He doesn't have an ego, and he calls plays to win.
Well, and it's interesting because you look at the schedule. Tyler, you guys started off against. You guys are looking at Oregon, the second game of the year after your first game, and Oregon's coming to Texas Tech, your old nemesis right there. Do you get fired up, or you look at that, or you just try to treat it as it's just going to be another game for you to take on the old Ducks coming into your place?
No, I mean, I'm definitely going to treat it like it's every other game, like I was talking before, but there's a lot of excitement around it just because, you get to see a lot of old friendly faces, at the support staff or the treatment staff and some of the older teammates. But a lot of the coaches and the guys that were there when I was there are kind of long gone. So, it's definitely going to be fun, but for us, and it's just going to be a good challenge for our team because they're a good football team as well, and it's going to be a fun game.
All right, I'm going to let Manuch set this one up, okay, because this is going to be the most important question of this interview.
He knew where I was going, Tyler. He knew where I was going.
All right.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
So Manuch says that somebody climbed a crane after 3,000 hits on social media. All right, now you have to explain, A, why did that certain person climb the crane, and what was the outcome?
That being his head coach, Jimmy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
How did that all come about,
tell us
Tyler?
that story.
Yeah, I mean, so he's just kind of a spontaneous guy. He's always going to bring juice around the program, and our stadium is under a $200 million football construction, and it's going to be one of the nicest in the nation, and has all these bells and whistles. It's going to be really crazy. So that's been going on for the past 6 months, 7 months, and they got these huge, like beautiful cranes up with the double T logo on them, and so basically all of Lubbock knows about it. And there was like a poll that if he gets a certain amount of likes on Twitter that he was going to climb it. But his wife and his daughter said he's got to wait until after she gets married so he doesn't die tragically. So he waited, and then actually he was going to do it with like everybody around, but I think he got a little scared, so he tried to do it secretly, which he did. So, but I was actually walking my dog with my fiance, and we were like, I think that he's about to do it right now, and there was a whole camera crew and all the construction guys were going. He didn't want to draw a lot of a bunch of random people around just to see him fall. But he did it. He climbed up really fast.
Yeah.
He was moving good and got up there and did a video message and then climbed back down. So it was pretty cool. I actually got to see him do it in person. It was pretty unique. So he definitely did it. He had the balls to do it, and he definitely liked that. See that out of him.
Man, he does. He's got more pelotas and cojones than I do. That's for sure.
You got that right.
And more importantly, on October 14th, just you and your lovely fiance Jordan, just make it. I'll sleep on the couch, the floor, when the Cats coming to take on Texas Tech, my K-State Cats. So just coming into Lubbock, if your mom and dad have them pick me up at 5 hours before game time. Make sure that brunch is ready before the game.
Yeah.
And is it okay?
Oh, yeah, we'll have a welcome band for you for their former quarterback.
Perfect.
I got to tell you what. Hey, last question for you. How much does Patrick Mahomes get back there and talk to you guys? And do you have a relationship with one of I feel the best quarterback in the National Football League right now?
Yeah, a couple times per year. My offensive coordinator and QB coach was actually his QB coach in college, so they have a really good relationship. And it's kind of been one of the main reasons he comes back and talks to us some. Obviously he's got he's like you said, he's the best player in the NFL, so he's got a bunch of stuff going on. But getting the chance to talk to him a couple times has been pretty cool. But what he's done for the university and this city is special, and obviously that's something you want to emulate.
And last but not least, have you had a chance to go to Netflix and watch Quarterback yet? I watched all 8 episodes, Tyler. Have you had a chance to watch it yet?
Oh, yeah. I got one more episode to go.
Okay. I won't give any spoiler alert, but it is, I think, I've had all my quarterbacks, Tyler, and all those I put out there on Twitter. Anybody that's a quarterback needs to watch that. My last question for you, what sticks out more importantly with Mariota, Mahomes, and Cousins, if anything in particular?
I think it's like I was saying in the beginning, is their preparation and how they approach each day, and their film study, how they approach their family life, how they handle ups and downs, the injuries, and that's kind of the behind the scenes, and whether they lose the game or they have had something going on, and how they approach the bad throw or stuff like that, where you see all the touchdowns and all the fame after, but you really get to see what goes into their thought process. And I think that's the real nitty gritty stuff that, people can try and emulate and look after is how those are the best of the best. And, they're going to make mistakes too. And how do they get over them? And how do they keep going and stay confident?
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm very proud of you, as is everybody else here in the Valley. You've done a phenomenal job and just proud of how you handled everything. And I think that with the old patience, that's that proverbial thing. Good things will come to you. So thanks so much for taking the time. We'll try to track you down during the season since you never come home anymore. You never come out and hang out anymore. But best of luck to you. Best of luck to you, Tyler.
Thank you, man. It's good hearing from you guys.
Thank you, Tyler. And it's okay. You did a good job lying about Manuch, so we're good with that, as always. Thank you, buddy. You have a great day. You got it. Yes, sir.
You too.
There you go. Tyler Shuck. That was fun. Manuch, you as an 8th grader, you took him under your wing.
He was a baseball football guy.
Right.
He was a pitcher, and he threw baseball. And I'm like, okay, well, this is how you do a football. This is baseball. He finally clicked in his freshman year.
Okay.
And he got better and better. And I think he stopped playing, around his sophomore year.
Baseball.
And, boy, he really has taken off. But I was intrigued with Coach McGuire climbing that 300-foot crane. If you go online and take a look at it, you should see this crane.
Yeah, it's way up.
This sucker's way the hell up there. There's no way.
I looked at it, yeah.
If I did, I would think I'd have a rope tied to as I'm climbing to that thing. But I got to tell you what, Tyler, the circumstances which were at Oregon for him to leave and take the high road, and they, quite frankly, they dogged him.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
He moved on, goes to Tech. Things worked out for him the best. And I'm so glad how he handled everything with class, the high road, and all the great things he does. And those are some things you'd love to see with a guy in his growth.
Sure.
That puts it behind him and moves forward.
I know you're a K-State guy, Manuch, but this Texas Tech team is going to be a real dark horse in the Big 12.
They're good. They are.
They got all older guys. Obviously, him at quarterback. Yeah. I like this team.
I think the preseason rankings are
they got them at
TCU,
4.
TCU.
No, Kansas State, Texas, Oklahoma, Texas Tech. TCU at 5.
TCU at 5. Okay,
yeah,
so
there you go.
My cats are right up there.
Oh, they are.
I just made sure that couch and floor available on October 14th there in Lubbock, Texas.
Welcome wagon. Here comes Manuch. Hey, everybody, quick timeout. When we come, it'll be our Chevy dealers random facts of the day. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
So, hey, Ohtani, I trade him for the best package I could get, which I imagine would be a haul. It's not like trading LeBron James, because in baseball, no matter how good the individual player is, Ohtani could get traded elsewhere and never win a championship.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Arizona's largest locally owned A+ BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
It's the wind down in sparkling water. It's the zone out at the spa. The stunning sunsets at dinner. It's the escape you crave, and it's closer than you think. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation package, starting at $139 a night with no resort fee for Arizona residents. Exclusive spa specials and $25 in free slot play. Plus, enjoy great deals inside the Talking Stick Entertainment District, including Top Golf, Talking Stick Golf Club, Octane Raceway, and more. Summer playcation, May 8th to September 15th at Talking Stick Resort. Turn it on.
Are you shivering in the cold or sweating buckets in the heat? Say goodbye to discomfort with the AC Doctors same-day heating or cooling installation service.
AC Doctors, the only doctors who still make house calls. How can we transform your indoor comfort?
Help! I need a top-notch HVAC system installed pronto. Can you make it happen?
Absolutely. Our skilled technicians will make you feel just right before you can say perfect temperature.
Don't suffer any longer. Trust family-run AC Doctors with over 20 years of experience for prompt and efficient same-day installation. For year-round comfort, call the AC Doctors, 602-767-7435, or visit theacdoctors.com to make your perfect temperature our priority.
Okay, team, line's already around the block, and we're open in 10. Yesterday, we had 3-hour wait time.
Chef Pierre's staff is a little
Why
under-seasoned.
is this pot not boiling yet?
An experienced sous chef is the missing ingredient in his kitchen.
What do you mean, plate or a bowl? You work at La Pasta in La Cup.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Did you know that Troy Aikman in only 6 years has passed for 16,303 yards? Did you know the career record for most hits is 4,256 by Pete Rose, who is not in the Hall of Fame?
Do you know that my next door neighbor has 3 rabbits?
Now time for Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B to give you the random facts of the day driven by your Valley Chevy dealers. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. For a dealer near you, head to valleychevy.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We continue here. We're broadcasting here at Venezia's, having a good time, and it is our time for our random, senseless, useless, did you know facts of the day. It's always brought to you by our great partnership with your Valley Chevy dealers.
Yeah, Jimmy, you were talking to Tyler Shuck there, outstanding outstanding young man that he is. Talking about BYU. Well, Hall of Fame NFL quarterback Steve Young, when he attended Brigham Young University. Now, this college is named after Brigham Young of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Right.
Who also happens to be the great-great-great-grandfather of one Steve Young.
Wow.
You think there's any favoritism going on campus at BYU? Hey, Steve, you think you can help me?
Yeah.
Steve's like, no, look,
no,
I'm here as just the great-great-great-grandson of the one Brigham Young. 1935, Jesse Owens broke 3 world records and tied another, all in 45 minutes. Thinking about that.
Wow.
He broke the world record in the 220-yard dash. Yep. Now it's 200 meters. The 220-yard low hurdles and the running broad jump.
Yes.
And equaled the world record for the 100-yard dash. As a matter of fact, I think he had the world record in the long jump as well, too. So that was broken some years later.
Right.
But he had phenomenal records all within 45 minutes.
He was absolutely amazing. If you go back and watch some of the video highlights, there is vintage film of him doing some of this.
Smooth.
Oh, man. Could that dude motor?
Babe Ruth acquired his 700th home run baseball by paying a fan who caught it $20. $20. You imagine now.
I know.
Yeah, 10 grand later, autograph. Jersey,
didn't somebody
ball.
Pay $3 million for Mark McGwire's 70th home run, and then Barry Bonds broke it?
Well, the guy sold it.
Yeah,
the one guy, the guy that he's here locally. He does cartoons or something like that.
Okay,
yeah, he's a very wealthy individual. He bought it for close to $3 million.
Yeah,
why? I have no idea. Brett Favre, Tom Brady, and Jerry Rice are the only players to play in more than 300 games, and they never played the position of kicker. All those guys, they played more than 300 games. You think about that. You're playing all that long time. Each one of those played over 300 games, and they weren't a kicker in a very, very safe position on that field.
Wow.
The longest MLB at-bat was back in 1988, is 21 pitches by the San Francisco Giants' Brandon Belt versus the Los Angeles Angels. Now, Jaime Barria in 2018, this at-bat ended in a fly ball out. So think about that. The pitcher going at 21 pitches with a fly out. Typically, you're going to get a hit or get a long home run one way or the other. I would think after that's all said and done.
Man, oh, man, that's unbelievable.
You think about that.
You're 21 pitches.
And your pitcher's probably like, look, dude, I'm going to groove you one.
Just hit it, will you, please?
Just stop fouling them off. The average true playing time in a Major League Baseball game is 9 minutes and 55 seconds, despite commonly finishing at over 2.5 hours. Now, Rocks, at us with football, it's 11 minutes, 7 actual playing time. So 9 minutes. See, we're a soccer
Well, it's
sport.
almost 10. Yeah.
Yeah, give or take there.
10, it's 10 minutes in 2.5 hours is actual playing time.
That's it. Pretty much that's it.
Wow.
Jimmy, there's hope for you in the 100-yard dash.
Okay.
Larry Lewis
is
the oldest person to run a 100-yard dash.
Yep.
And he ran it in 17.8 seconds.
I can beat that.
He set the world record at 101 for runners over 100.
Whoa.
Now, I've seen this. I've seen the tape with this guy.
Yeah.
17 seconds. He cruises right along. Comes
2
right out of
minutes.
the blocks. Now, Jimmy, you might take Uber to go 100 yards in order to get there within 30 seconds. So, and I will say the largest point spread in history of the NFL came in a game between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Denver was favored by 26.5 points in the second week of 2013. That's a lot of points.
I
man.
remember that. And the Jags were just god awful. And Denver was good. And I don't remember if they covered that spread or not.
But
I'd have to go back and
points
look.
in a National Football
That
League
just
game.
doesn't happen.
That
I mean,
was-
we think if there's a point spread in double digits, we think that's high. If the spread is 9 or 9.5, everybody's taking the points in the NFL.
Those are our Valley Chevy dealers random facts of the day. It's the Chevy Summer Drive. See your Valley Chevy dealers today
1
during
minute.
the Chevy Summer Drive. Summer is here, and so are the Chevy offers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive and find your new car, truck, crossover, or SUV, or certified pre-owned vehicle today. Summer is hot, and so are the deals going on right now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
All right, now tomorrow, since we'll be on location again up in this area, we're going to be at Twin Peaks at Camelback. That's where you can find us. And don't forget, tune in at 2:45, your chance to challenge one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls to the Twin Peaks Pick Contest. And if you win a Twin Peaks man card. That's all tomorrow. All right, coming up, third hour, Suns radio analyst Hampton will join us, and Rattlers general manager and special team coach Jeff Jarnigan also coming up on the show. They've got a playoff game against the Wranglers Saturday night. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you. That's it.
Hey, do you need to record a different outro for that Tim Kempton?
To deliver profits. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them, and they want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. Hurt in a wreck? Don't be a victim of the insurance companies. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
1 sec.
771-900.
It's the Chevy Summer Drive. See.
Go ahead. Okay. You're welcome.
Partner of the NFL. Make the iHeart app your go-to to stay up to date on all things in the sports world. Download the free iHeart Radio app today.
With the Audio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Audio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Audio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Audio app than I did growing up here.
Audio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-981-9615. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-981-9615 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, or other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-981-9615. 800-981-9615. 800-981-9615.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Less than a week to go before the start of Cardinals training camp. Everybody reports on the 25th. The first open practice scheduled for the 27th. The Diamondbacks placed pitcher Zach Davies on the 15-day injured list with lower back inflammation and recalled pitcher Joe Mantiply. Their surgery continues today. Sports Group's broadcast contracts with the Suns and Mercury have ended a day after they terminated their agreement with the Diamondbacks. The Mercury came out of the All-Star break with a win against the Connecticut Sun. Next on the schedule, a matchup tomorrow with the Chicago Sky. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Tonight, look for mostly clear skies with those temperatures dipping down to around 91. And then for Thursday, another hot day on tap. Temperatures topping out close to 117 with some breezier conditions. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, welcome back to our third hour, everybody. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. Jax is here as well. Sandra back in the iHeartRadio studios, and we are broadcasting here in Venezia's in North Phoenix, and they have some specials, Manuch.
You know what's good in here? Everything. Absolutely.
I knew you were going to say that.
Is great here. They are the official pizza sponsor of ASU Athletics. Just let you know, we've been there several times. Their 6th Valley location is up there in Chandler, just off of the Price Road corridor, right in there. Want us to let you guys know that if you're looking for work, they're looking to hire. They pay outstanding wages. Just go to Venezias.com/employment. By the way, if you're an outstanding cook, like Jimmy, myself, and Jax all combined, they'll hire you on the spot. If you're responsible, you show up on time, and you get the whole Italian thing, you're good to go. They'll hire you right on the spot. And, you, Jimmy, you talked about some of the great specials that they have going on. The one great special every Wednesday is the party pizza pie, the 24-inch. It's $5 off, only $28.49. If you want to add any extra toppings, it's just $3.50 per topping. And the new item on the menu, the Italian beef arancini. That's right.
Hey, you did it right.
That's right, Jimmy. After 3 hours, I hope so. And I'm the Italian of the group.
You are.
You are. It's 4 rice balls filled with Italian beef. A hot giardiniera. Got that one. Cheese and gravy. And you thought it had a little bite to it, a little spicy?
I thought it was spicy. Jax loved it. I thought it tasted great.
Oh,
For
sure.
me, it was a little spicy. Jax loved it.
I'm going to try a couple after we get done with the show here. Since I'm the professional here, I wait till after the show before I eat. And I think Jax has had like 4 slices of pizza.
He's
kind
on
of
a
a
roll.
growing boy.
Yeah.
And also, just let you know, they you can join their catering club for large group or corporate catering food orders. All you got to do is just text catering to 411-247. That's 411-247 for discounts and specials sent monthly.
Let's quickly do this while we have a moment. The State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. And it's a good one because we're only a week away now from training camp beginning in the National Football League. So, Manuch, how is that going so far?
Well, let me read the question first, Jimmy.
Go for
As
it.
an Arizona Cardinals fan, what kind of season are you hoping for, knowing you have 11 draft picks next year?
Right.
So just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. So if you're that Cardinal fan out there and you're a diehard Cardinal fan, you love the new unis, you like the ferocious Cardinal bird on the side of the helmet, you're into all that stuff, well, here's your option.
Okay.
You can tank and get number 1 draft
Wait,
choice.
number 1 is you can tank.
Yeah, you can tank.
Okay.
/ get the number 1 draft pick, and I
Okay.
think that would be Caleb Williams.
Okay.
Or you can be competitive and show fight.
Okay.
Or push to be 500. Or look for a winning record. Well, Jimmy, so far, those diehard Cardinal fans have thought with their head versus their heart.
Okay.
66.7% say tank it.
Tank it.
Get number 1. Go get Caleb Williams. Go get him.
Oh,
Shoot,
man.
you don't have to show up. Don't just forfeit half of them. What the hell?
God.
Number 2 is competitive and show fight. That's 33.3%.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I think a lot of folks
frustration.
They are frustrated.
Yeah.
Michael Bidwell, Steve Keim, the long gun general manager, have done a whole lot of nothing to help this team out over the last several years. The Kyler Murray experiment, in my opinion, is just not working. The Cliff Kingsbury experiment did not work. We knew that from the get-go. I went on record saying that. So Murray's still in. He may not be back for the 5th or 6th game. You got Colt McCoy and whomever is going to back him up. And it's just a lot of folks right now, 66.7% are saying, look, we want that first-round draft pick. You might be lucky to win 3 or 4 games, but I just find it funny. The true diehard fan is like, look, man,
tank.
We love our Cardinals, but tank. There's that proverbial but.
Is it just me, or how come every year, the Cardinals always promote their season tickets? We haven't heard anything about their home season tickets this year.
Would you? Would you promote the season tickets?
You can come to our games. We're not guaranteeing a win.
If you want to show up, I don't. Hey, another thing too, I don't see any kind of discount.
That's what I'm saying. They should do discounted beer. Or
oh
something.
my God, they should discount whatever. What is it? Rojo over there runs the concessions. There should be some kind of a mercy rule as far as organizations that you should be able to give back to the community, knowing you're going to suck. What do you say, Call Jimmy? Suck what?
Suck pond water.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the next couple of years, give your folks a discount on the concessions or the tickets or all the above. But it's funny you bring that up, Jax. They're usually like ads all over the place. Get your 2024 season tickets.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 here and there. I know folks that have already bought their season tickets.
Okay.
And they're looking how to get rid of the tickets.
Wow.
Now with the Dallas Cowboys coming in town and some of those big games.
They have some highlight games at
They
home.
They do. But they just kind of like, you know what? If there's a chance for me to go make a few extra bucks, they'll do it, especially that Dallas Cowboy game.
You'll get good money for that.
You'll get good money for that. But, it's interesting.
49ers game, you'll get good money for those tickets.
Yeah, Seattle, the usual suspects. But if you're one of those diehard true football fans, I really thought at least push to be 500 would get votes. Look for a winning record. That's out of it. That's just not going to happen. That's just being common sensible. But I thought that the middle, too, competitive and show fight, 33%.
Okay.
But push to be 500?
Yeah.
Nobody wants that, Jimmy.
No, they don't.
No, man. Tank. You're the best you can do at tanking this season. I'm like, what the hell has this world come to?
So the infamous Madden 24, their ratings have came out for players
Oh,
and for teams and stuff. I thought this was interesting. The highest ranked player on the Cardinals defensive front. So their front 3, 4-3, their highest ranked player is 72, Dennis Gardeck. Now 72 is not,
And Garnick's
not
just a guy.
good.
He's just a guy.
And he's just a guy. So that means all your interior defensive linemen, I'm looking right now, are in between 65 and 68. And then their linebackers with Zaven Collins is 71.
Well, here's the
Yikes.
thing. He's in a 4-3 front. Zaven Collins has come down in a true 4-3. He'll have his hand in the dirt.
Yeah, he will.
Okay, they moved him. And you look at Isaiah Simmons. I don't know where the hell he's going to play.
I'm with you.
I see him lined up at outside linebacker. I see him at cornerback. I see him here. I see him there. And it was just funny. I looked at a couple sites. They still got him a backup cornerback.
Yeah, Madden's-
Okay, wait a second.
Yeah.
So where they got him?
Madden's got him as a strong safety.
Okay. So
Okay.
strong safety as a defensive back,
Yeah.
not as a linebacker, defensive back. How the hell is that experiment going to work? Jim, he couldn't cover you coming out of the backfield for crying out loud.
All I remember is that very first game last season when they played against Kansas City, and he was 10 to 15 yards behind Travis Kelce on every play.
Isaiah Simmons is, folks, he's an outstanding athlete.
He
Don't
is.
get me wrong. He's an
Yep.
outstanding athlete.
Yep.
He's a hell of a football player. He's not a good cover guy. And at times he has trouble wrapping up. So I think he's.
They got to find a spot for
Yeah,
it.
he's a man without a home.
Yes.
And if he's going to be, if Buda Baker, who's going to be there, he can back up Buda, Jalen Johnson. He pretty much, there's a lot of backup roles. But that kid was the number 3 overall pick, Steve Keim, just a few short years ago, was he not? And if he's not on the field on the opening game that this team plays, starting somewhere on defense, there's another miss.
8th overall.
Excuse me. In the top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah, top 10, 3 to 10. So I don't know. Talk about another misfire on who the hell was scouting him. And maybe they saw all these superlatives and ignored the blemishes on this young man.
You mentioned Steve Keim before, and obviously our State 48 roofing question is tanking for Caleb Williams. Now, do you say tanking for Caleb Williams because of Kyler's contract, because of Kyler's ability, or both?
I think Caleb Williams is a better all-around quarterback than Kyler.
The ceiling's higher for Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams right now, I feel, is a better NFL quarterback than Kyler Murray is today. I just think he can run, he can throw.
He reads defenses,
taller.
He's taller, bigger, stronger, fat. I don't care what you want to call it. He is a better NFL quarterback and will become a better NFL quarterback than Kyler Murray is today. And you can go on record and put it on there. He is he could come in the NFL, I feel, and learn it, ability, staying in the pocket, doing a lot of things. Because I've not seen any growth whatsoever in Kyler Murray the last 2 years as a professional NFL quarterback.
All right, Manuch, I want you to hearken back, though, that when we did see this team win 8-9 games in a row, and at the time they thought everybody was saying, wow, the Cardinals, they're one of the best teams in the league. Then the wheels fell off the wagon. But during that run, what did you think of Kyler Murray?
I thought Kyler Murray was doing an outstanding job. I really did. Now, look at all the help he had around him and the people had around him. But here's the thing. The one thing you mentioned, the wheels came off the bus, right?
They did.
Okay, so what did Kyler Williams, you look at Kyler Murray, he also, things started to disintegrate for him as well, too, versus a lot of NFL quarterbacks can pick up the slack. He's not a guy that he can carry a team during the downtime. Does that make sense, guys?
I understand.
He's not a guy that can carry now when things are hitting on all cylinders and you've got the protection, you got linemen that are healthy, receivers are healthy. Yeah, I call Kyler Murray, he is how would I put this? He is a fair weather quarterback when things are good. When things are bad, he's not a very good quarterback.
Like what happened in the playoff game against the Rams.
That was an abomination. I was like, are you kidding me? So I haven't seen the growth, the mental growth, the physical abilities are there. I just don't think that he's a guy. I think he's too short, and I just don't think he's that guy that can make it happen when it's all on him, on his shoulders to carry you through.
Yeah, and Caleb Williams, I mean, since the jump, his confidence and his leadership, too, stick out off the field. And how he treats his teammates and stuff like that. And for those watching, we bring it up all the time, Netflix's quarterback. Whether Kyler Murray likes it or not, all Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota, what were all the three good at? Leadership. Talking to their teammates. What did you see on this? What did you like on this? You don't see much conversation with Kyler Murray.
You bring this up. You never saw any of those three guys. They might have been pissed off coming off the sideline.
Yep.
But you saw them, like you mentioned, going to the receivers, going to the linemen, encouraging their guys, talking to the coach, talking to the coaches not yelling at your coach. I mean, they were all three dialed in. No matter how bad or good things got, that's what you can tell a guy that's a leader. You go, you know, my bad. I know not to go over and pout and sit off on the sideline and do this, that, whatnot. That's not a leader, folks. That's not a leader. You got to be engaged, whether you like it or not. Memo to Kyler Murray, you're the guy. You're the guy that's got to pick things up when things are down. And I haven't seen that from that young man yet.
Fair enough. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to go from the oblong ball to the round. Suns have a lot of new faces from different places. How's that, Manuch? I just threw that one out there just off the top of my head. So we're going to have Tim Kempton in, Suns radio analyst. He is next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
From the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Good afternoon. You are going to find a wreck on 10 westbound near Queen Creek Road, sitting on the right shoulder. Also expect heavy delays back to SR 587 there, back to Casablanca Road. Wreck just about cleared in the West Valley on 10 eastbound approaching Fairway, sitting on the right shoulder. Crash with injuries in the West Valley, 55th Avenue and Bethany Home Road. I'm Lee Powell, Valley Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive going on now. New inventory is arriving daily. Don't miss your chance for some great deals this summer. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the best selection during the Chevy Summer Drive today.
Hold up, you're using Swiffer Power Mop? What would Mom say?
Oh, she'd be like, a mopping bucket is the only way to deep clean your floors. And I'd be like, Mom, this is the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one that gets you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. She'd never believe you. I'd say, look, the solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket. And the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get into grout lines. That's why you're the smart one.
Really?
What? Mom said it.
The new Swiffer Power Mop. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
The D-backs recall pitcher Joe Mantiply from AAA Reno and put pitcher Zach Davies on the 15-day injured list with lower back inflammation. Cardinals training camp begins in less than a week with everyone reporting the 25th. The first open practice is the 27th. The Jets inform wide receiver Denzel Mims he'll be waived if they can't trade him. The team's 2020 second-round pick caught just 42 passes with no touchdowns in 3 seasons. I'm Frank Arity.
This is Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Enter into DraftKings $10 million Best Ball Tournament. Head to the DraftKings app, sign up with code XXX, and start playing. That's code XXX only on DraftKings. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void or prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Part of the Phoenix Suns NBA Finals team, NBA and Suns color analyst Tim Kempton now joins the Roc and Manuch Show on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
Hey everybody, we're back. We're operating today out of Venezia's Pizzeria. That's right, hanging out in North Phoenix. You can find us Greenway and Tatum is where we are broadcasting right now. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. And we welcome in Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton. And, man, we got a lot to discuss because the Suns just kind of sat on their hands. They didn't make any deals. They didn't pay anybody.
Nothing to
see here, not at all. Tim, how are you, pal?
I'm doing well. How are you guys? You staying cool up there in Venezia? They got the pizza oven on low?
No, they're cooking away. They got a great crowd in here, but their air conditioning is working perfectly.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. So let me fire this one at you. You as the longtime broadcaster, Are you going to need a program to tell the players from the players?
I've already started my own. Identify roles for those bench guys in regard to what they need from them, how they want to play, and what they're going to do with all these new pieces in regard to how deep are we going to go? How many minutes are you going to get? Are you going to be our sixth or eighth guy? So it's usually all those extra guys that aren't. Listen, we know what Devin Booker, what Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton can do. Let's figure out how we can use these other guys to the best of their ability in making this team a winning team.
And, Tim, I think back at you guys when you made the run in 92, 93 and going to the finals against Chicago, and you guys getting to training camp. I think, were the camps up at Prescott in those days or Flagstaff? Or
they were up in Flagstaff. They used to put 2 floors in the dome up there, and we'd stay 2 weeks in Flag at was it Grand America up there.
Yeah, and I just wondered, how you guys seem to come out of the chute, on all cylinders. Was that true, at least from us as a fan watching you guys do as well as you did? But does that take some time to develop that continuity? And with this group of guys, will it take, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a day, a month, 2 months? Do you feel in reference to the way you guys got it all together?
Yeah, no, that's one of the biggest things. I think the difference between the NBA of yesteryear and today is that they use the first, let's say 15 games of the season to figure a lot of things out, where the coaching staffs back when I played on those teams, that's what training camp was for to come in there, to find out a lot about your team, whether it was competitiveness, being able to spend more time with those bench guys, exploring, matchups, putting different groups on the floor together, where now coaches have to use the first couple of weeks of the season to do that because training camps are so short, all in the name of player safety and player health.
Tim Kempton is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. All right, Tim, we know about a lot of the guys that have signed contracts, but I don't know if a lot of Phoenix Suns fans have seen Bol Bol. And I saw him at the University of Oregon. Then I watched him when he went to Orlando and Denver, and now he is going to be a Phoenix Sun. To me, the guy is 7'2", string beanish, but he has a handle on the basketball. He can shoot the three. He can be a defensive wizard in the middle if he desires. Where are you, being a big man, on Bol?
Well, first of all, you said it from the beginning. He's not a big man. He just happens to be 7'2". If you were to classify him, I'd probably classify him as a small forward role. As you mentioned, his handle and his shooting ability, he's not a guy that's going to go into the paint, with his back to his basket with a little jump hook and all these other skills. He's one of those guys that, even though his height is what it is, he's played the game facing up for the most part throughout his career. That's what his skill set is. So, the best thing about that, now he's in a situation where he can relax. He doesn't have to go out there and put up ridiculous numbers every night for the coaching staff to see improvement. Fit in with these guys. He doesn't have to go out there and score 12, 15 points a night, but fit in, do the things, learn from Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant. Kevin is similar to him in his size, his stature, and everything he does. So, watch him in practice. Work out against him in practice. Hey, Kevin, 5 minutes one-on-one, you and me at the end of the day. And do all those developmental things because he's at a little bit of a crossroads in his career. So this is going to be a great opportunity for him to make the most of the situation with the guys ahead of him, learning and seeing and developing as much as he can.
All right, but the last time you and I talked, and I referenced him, and I said he would be a very good signing for the Suns. You agreed. You're still in on that. Is that right?
Yeah, I think he's obviously interesting. He piques your interest because of all of it. He does have some very good basketball skills, and then you put it in a 7'2" guy. It's like, wow, what can he be? A lot of it is mental with him. What do I do with this skill set, and how do I develop it in order to become a better basketball player? So very intriguing. And as we said, he's not a guy that is a great signing because you're not sitting there and, we need 15 points and 8 rebounds from him off the bench every night. There's going to be certain situations where, he plays a lot. If he gains some confidence and starts, getting, in the rhythm and he becomes a bench guy, great. But there may be some other stretches where he doesn't play. So, you're not depending on Bol. He's interesting. He's intriguing. How does he develop? How does he make the most of his opportunity in this season with the Suns?
It's always great, pal, when you take time for us on the show. We always appreciate you. You try to stay cool, okay?
You guys as well. Stay out of the sun. Don't internally combust.
Thank you, Timmy. We'll see you
Thanks,
later.
Tim.
Hey, everybody. Arizona Rattlers are on their way to their 27th consecutive season of making the Indoor Football League playoffs as they host the Wranglers this coming Saturday night. General Manager, Special Teams Coach Jeff Jarnigan is going to join the show, and he is next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Suns owner Matt Ishby has said the organization is in the process of relaunching a G League affiliate. Former owner Robert Sarver sold previous club Northern Arizona to the Pistons in 2020. Diamond Sports Group's broadcast contract with the Suns.
I'm just waiting on Jeff's call.
They terminated their agreement with the D-backs. Cardinals training camp begins in less than a week with everyone reporting on the 25th. The first open
3 minutes
practice
here
scheduled for the 27th. The Diamondbacks place pitcher Zach Davies on the 15-day injured list with lower back inflammation, and recalled pitcher Joe Mantiply from AAA Reno. Their series with the Braves continues today. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeart Radio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Tonight, look for mostly clear skies with those temperatures dipping down to around 91. And then for Thursday, another hot day on tap. Temperatures topping out close to 117 with some breezier conditions. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Home shopping? You'll need a pre-approval letter. Call GC Global Capital, and you can get pre-approved in minutes. Call 480-397-9300. Free second opinions and comparisons. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional old world recipes passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor, upper crust pizza and
Okay, yeah, I'm just waiting.
located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cape Road in Phoenix.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during the Chevy Summer Drive going on now. New inventory is arriving daily. Don't miss your chance for some great deals this summer. See your Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and the best selection during the Chevy Summer Drive today.
With every other attorney out there claiming to be the right attorney for you, it's time we look at the facts. Lerner & Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people receive compensation for their injuries. We've recovered billions of dollars, with over $1 billion recovered in the last 5 years alone. We have over 50 attorneys and over 400 legal professionals and their resources to fight for you. The reality is, there's Lerner & Rowe, then there's everybody else. Interact, need a check?
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go.
Okay.
977-1900.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Golfers, swing into Van's Golf Shops. We've been serving golfers since 1963. Let us help you find the hottest gear from bags, balls, shoes, and apparel. All in stock at the best price.
Yeah, I can do the steep climb one if you want.
Latest arrivals from Titleist,
Okay.
TaylorMade, Callaway, Ping, and more. While you're there, get custom fit by one of our golf experts. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Shop us in store or online at vansgolfshops.com.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
You're live.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Manuch has already got the head banging going on.
Where's the pyrotechnics, Jimmy?
Boom goes the dynamite.
Anytime you're in the snake pit, there's a sign that says, "Consider yourself warned." So the Northern Arizona Wranglers better be forewarned.
They are, and it is loud in the snake pit, which brings us to our next guest. He's defensive line special teams coach, and also kind of hangs out as a GM once in a while, as assistant GM.
Mixing a move once in a while.
Yeah, he's got to do something. So it is Jeff Jarnigan who joins us right now. Jeff, it's Jimmy B and Manuch on Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910. How are you today, pal?
I'm good. Thanks for having. We're making this a habit, guys.
Yes.
So,
hey, let's keep the habit going, man. There's no fixes for this. You guys take on those Wranglers on Saturday night. I got to ask you, back-to-back weeks, same team. Throw out the last tape, good game y'all had last Saturday night, or how do you approach something like this?
Well, I think it's just kind of our next opponent, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter who that team is. This is the first round of the playoffs, and our players to begin the season set a goal for themselves to be able to compete for a championship, and I think that's kind of the mindset. Doesn't matter how many times you play the team. Doesn't matter if you've won or you've lost. This has a different tone to it because it's win or go home.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't think any of them are ready to go home.
Coach, but you have had your way with this team. I mean, you have not lost to them at all this season. Do you believe that you have to get that out of the minds of your team knowing that you have taken care of business against them every time this year?
Well, it's a matter of your team just, in our case, us, respecting, our opponent. I mean, you look at the 3 games that we played, the second game, the first game we had we had a good win against them. And then the second time we played them, it went to 2 overtime.
Right. Yeah.
And then, down here. And so we're trying not to have a repeat of the second game. Right. And listen, I think, anytime you're playing a team that's close to you as Naz is, that, our players have a lot of respect for them. They've got a great team. They've got a great coaching staff. Rod Windsor, who was a great player here, is their offensive coordinator. And so, we have a lot of familiarity with each other. And I certainly don't think it's going to be a case of we're going to overlook anyone specifically because it's a playoff game.
Jeff, when you look at, the average points per game of those contests, you alluded to 59.3, almost 60 points per game. What has been the success in reference to that? Has it been everybody just being cohesive on the same path, on the same page? Your quarterback's healthy. What has been the strong point with averaging so many points versus them in these last 3 games?
Well, we played very consistent on offense. I think we've done a great job, even though, this last game we had for us, we had an extraordinary amount of penalties that we're certainly hoping to get addressed on Saturday night. But, we've been very efficient on offense, and we've taken care of the football. And, it's like, Coach told the guys, after the, Sunday after the game that, anytime that you score on special teams or you score on defense, certainly your odds of winning the game certainly go up. And we were able to have a defensive score in that game.
I'm real curious. This has happened in the past where you guys have been really good. Coach Kevin Guy has won the title in the past. Where would you rank this team? And in your estimation, Coach, is this team, the way it is now constructed, good enough to win it all?
Well, that's a tough question. Yes, I do think that we're good enough to win it all. How it compares to other teams. I just, every team is different. It's, again, it's something that Coach Guy talks to the guys about, every year. It's really, really difficult to recreate that locker room, that atmosphere, that bond that kind of happens during the course of a season. And this is a different team. We have, we're made up with different players. We have different characters. We have different leadership. But I do think that, we have really good chemistry.
Okay. Yep.
Our players like to be around each other. They like to play the game. I think they do a good job of holding each other accountable to, playing at a certain level. And we've got to continue that here for the next 3 weeks.
We'd be remiss, Jeff, we didn't talk about Kevin's 250th career win this last Saturday. And for the Rattlers, I broadcasted many, many years ago, up until about 2010. This is the 27th time the Rattlers have had a playoff appearance in the 30 seasons of operation, which for me, Jeff, being there from the 92-93 season back in the day, if you will, to see the consistency and the legacy that you guys have picked up and continued with the Rattlers, and especially with Kevin, speaks volumes of the organization.
Well, I think even when you go in the history of the Rattlers to today, is it starts with the ownership, and then it kind of starts with that leadership once you get through the ownership to having a head coach then and who our head coach is now, and their message and what it is that they send to their players. And, that's the one thing about Kevin. I've known Kevin for 23 years now, I think it is. And, the one thing I've always had a lot of respect with him, not only is he a great coach, but he's always got a message for the guys. He's, every morning we have a team meeting, and he's got a theme and what he's talking to them about, and I think that's the thing that kind of separates him from a lot of other coaches. Is he just does a great job of communicating with the players what their mindset needs to be, how they need to attack kind of each game, and it just I enjoy listening to him.
Jeff, here you are, the defensive line coach, special teams coach, general manager, water bottle cleaner,
sells popcorn,
laundry. What is it you don't do, and define that general manager role of what you're not doing over there at the complex?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, we always kind of talk about, Coach Guy kind of looks at the big picture, okay? Yeah. And, he's involved in the direction of us as an organization, not only on the football field, but, on the business side. And he's very involved in the league level and expansion and a lot of those type things. And so I kind of look at my role as I deal with everything that has to do with the day to day. Okay. So, as far as, whether it be operations, football operations, game operations, whatever, that's kind of what I've got my hand in.
Well, I'm telling you what, you guys are always on the same page, because I was at the game where 12,000 plus showed up, and that was against San Diego, and you buried them in the second half. And when your offense is clicking, I mean, you guys put points up in a heartbeat. That's how good you guys are offensively.
Yeah, our offense, really since Drew has kind of come back from his little injury there, that we have been very efficient, and that's kind of the things that Coach Guy, he wants an efficient offense that's built, and that's the great thing about our offense, in my opinion, is we're built for the quick score, but we're also built that if you want to play zone, and we can grind it out and be efficient in the red zone, and it's kind of like a pick your poison, and and then defensively, we play aggressive on defense, and because the one thing, whether when we were in the Arena League and now in the IFL, I mean, this is a possession game, and so we're high risk, high reward, okay, and defensively, if we can get some turnovers, we can get some stops. We do a great job, which Kevin is another thing he does a great job on, is clock management and scoring before the half and scoring coming out of the second half. That's kind of where you get the separation.
It's always fun, man. I enjoy the games tremendously. Good luck on Saturday night, and we'll be having another conversation next week about your next playoff opponent. Thank you, Jeff.
We appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys. We enjoy you.
Thank you so much. Same to you, and good luck on Saturday night. Jeff Jarnigan.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. Special teams coach, D-line coach, GM. How many
top bottle washer?
Yeah, he
folds the towel.
Cook.
I mean, it's kind of interesting because Kevin, as he alluded to, Coach Guy couldn't make it, so Jeff Jarnigan basically just Wally pipped. One Kevin Guy take over the rank of our weekly talks, and to your point, hopefully they continue on.
Yes,
but I mean, Kevin, and you look at the ownership, and you look at guys like this. He surrounds him with guys who've been there and done that. And you got to remember, Kevin Guy also played in the Arena Football League many years ago.
Yep.
Then coaching and now taking over the Arizona Rattlers, and the rivalry with Coach Guy as a player and in reference to as a coach was San Jose. The Sabre Cats, as you know, Jimmy, in the AFL, and the Arizona Rattlers.
Yep.
So they were the finer nuances of the indoor football league, as we call it now. It's a lot of fun. You've been there. I've been covering them for years, been doing them. Absolute blast, and I think those are some of the things people really appreciate when they go to the game.
You got that right. By the way, we have tickets to give away for that big playoff game on Saturday night. Here's all you have to do. You can win a 4-pack of tickets to the game. Just call 602 602-260-9191. Do it right now. That's right. Win a 4-pack. Tickets to the game. 602-260-9191. When we come back, it's our Lerner and Rowe one call. That's all. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports.